2, 3, 4. Cheech and Manny Show. Cheech and Manny Show. Here it is. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Cheech Carrerio from the Cheech and Manny Show, and we have a great show today. We're going to be discussing The River by Bruce Springsteen. And here is my co-host, Manny. What's up, my man?
Cheech, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. You know, usual day off from the temple, hanging with the beautiful Zoe, played some bass, wrote some podcasts, watched, I've been watching, we're off the serial killer crazy shit, but I was watching the John Wayne Gacy documentary on Netflix.
Cheech, I was afraid you were becoming a serial killer.
You know, my mom said that to me today. You're watching John Wayne Gacy, and
Dude, and he's pretty. I feel like he is the scariest. Just the fact that he was so normal.
I know,
which is crazy.
That's his
It makes me
thing,
think
man.
at the temple who's a serial killer there. You know,
so many. But we have a really good show today. Leading up to the movie. Now, did you see the Bruce Springsteen movie?
Yeah. Would you mind going on a tangent, like 5-minute quick?
Of course, please.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting. So it's Deliver Me from Nowhere, it's the movie out right now. If you're a Bruce Springsteen fan, I definitely recommend it. That being said, sadly, it's not perfect. I will admit that it's not perfect. Yeah, it's the same thing with like A Complete Unknown, where once you know the truth, you watch the movie and you're saying to yourself, man, it wasn't like that. Like there's a little cheesiness too, but I will say it is excellent because it does show you that slice of his episode, a slice of his life when he was recording Nebraska.
Right.
And why, and we nailed it when we said, you asked me why, why did he release his album? Why these topics? He was in a really deep depression, and the movie shows that. His deep depression, and I think we talked about it on that episode where I think he saw himself through Starkweather's eyes. I think he wanted to be like him, believe it or not. And the movie kind of shows this. And I read it in his book. At this period of his life, he had this, restlessness. He really wasn't easy. And it was his producer. I'm sorry. Well, actually, yeah, I think producer too, manager John Landau, that recommended that he get professional help. But that's what the movie is. Now, that being said, the movie is okay.
Yeah.
It didn't blow me away, but it is good. And if you're a Springsteen fan, a must see. Like, I think there's so much cool things. For example, it showed. Do you know this weird punk band named Suicide? Remember how you mentioned that?
Yeah. Well, we mentioned that in our episode. That was about he got arrested. The singer got arrested on the highway with a stolen car.
And I believe, and you said, why this? Like, why this weird punk band? And in the movie, it shows him because, again, Suicide is a weird punk band.
Obscure.
So obscure. And even one of his friends comes in, he's like, Springs, like, boss, what are you listening to? And it's it sounds like you're about to kill. It's a weird. It sounds like you want to kill somebody. It's weird. And it was playing full volume in the movie theater. And he's just like listening to it. But that was fascinating because you see that. So I thought that was really cool. And you see him at his New Jersey house that he was at and all that. It's really cool from a Springsteen perspective. You would dig it. But that being said, sadly, the movie is not perfect. There's a lot of flaws in it. But it is very accurate, which is that's rare. It actually did tell the story very accurately. The only thing it didn't was that they had him get into this romance with a girl, which
was that made up?
It wasn't that it's made up, but it was just kind of left field and not really accurate to the story.
Right.
But it is a good movie if you're a Nebraska fan, if you're a Springsteen fan, and also the actor did a good job.
Yeah, he's good, that guy.
Yeah. But and that's why we're doing this, because actually, if anything, our podcast episode is better than the movie. I'm just gonna put it out there. But yeah, no, the movie is good. I recommend it. Cheech, if it comes out on streaming, watch it. You'll
Oh,
love it.
definitely. Yeah.
Just for those little details. Because if you're a Springsteen fan, like,
Yeah.
dude, there's a lot of like, whoa, like you actually see it and you can kind of
Do they get
picture.
into Starkweather at all?
So it actually did, but I wanted more. Even my
Yeah.
brother, I took my brother, shout out to Nico. Actually, it was a family thing. So I took out my mom,
Oh, nice.
sister, and two little brothers to watch. And little
That's
brothers
so
one.
cool.
Yeah, and Nico said he wished. Now this is fascinating. Nico is not a Springsteen fan, but he's like,
Yeah.
he likes movies, and
Yeah,
he
he's a movie
told me he
buff. Yeah.
wishes they filmed more of him making the music, which it was a
Right.
lost opportunity. There was a great scene where he's watching the movie that Terrence Malick made, Badlands,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
and it's on screen, and he's like, also researching
Never,
Starkweather
that's
news.
Starkweather. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I wish it went into more of that. And
well,
the
what I liked, I'm going to cut you on the Bob Dylan movie. They showed the music being made, like a Rolling Stone, when Al Cooper jumped on the
Yeah.
keys. So you got that musical history,
No,
you know?
you know what's sad? Another flaw of the movie, it didn't show enough full music. The Bob Dylan movie did more.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
for example, one of the first songs is his he does a ripping version of Born to Run.
Right.
But and then what the most coolest scene, and I wish they did more of this. Even my brother Nico said, like, why didn't they focus on the Vietnam War stuff? And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Right.
It was kind of
Yeah.
a missed opportunity. But they're in the studio in New York, and I forgot the studio's name.
The power
And
station.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
John Landau's there, his producers, and
Mhm.
they're listening to him record Born in the USA, and they're just like jaw dropped. Like
Yeah.
they're like, whoa, like, and it,
It,
I was
it
like,
was called, it was actually the Hit Factory, at that
yeah,
time,
yeah. It was, is that what it's called? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
famous
the
studio,
power station, I believe, in New
right, in
York
New
City.
York.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, but they should have added more music. Like, I feel like it was
It's
definitely a
funny
missed
because
opportunity.
I just wrote Born in the, I mean, I'm starting on Born in the USA. I just got a couple songs in, and they had 50 songs to pick from
Dude, it's
for that
crazy.
album, which is
Oh,
nuts.
and actually, this is fascinating. You would love these little details in the movie.
Hmm.
After he records Nebraska on the 8-track, thing, he brings it to
Oh,
John
did you
Landau.
get what I sent you? The actual guy broke it down
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
two. It was two microphones, a 4-track, and a waterlogged boombox. Waterlogged. It was thrown in a river. It was fell in a pool.
yeah. No, no, and it's crazy. He even ran through the vocals. It shows in the movie through this weird vocal thing that produced like this echo. And the
Yeah.
guy, I don't know who he was, his character, but he was like, "Boss, are you sure? Because that's gonna sound kind of weird." And Springsteen's like, "Yeah, do it." And it
Wow.
produced that weird echo effect. And you
Yeah.
know what's fascinating? After he records Born in the USA, right? They're like, "Yes, we got another hit on our hands." Springsteen then it shows us in the movie where he gives him Nebraska, and John's like, okay." He loves it. He loves it, but he was like, "Your record company is not gonna like this." And he
Right.
goes like, "I don't care," and shoves
Caress,
one in the and no, and
caress
with
of
like,
steel.
dude, total boss attitude. He says to John, and again, I think the boss is very hard to work with, and John took all like the
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
the hits. He told him in the movie, "I don't care. Show up Born in the USA. Not one of those 50 tracks. None of them. I want this. I want it to just sound like this, and you make it happen. And that's what
Yeah.
I want." And so he goes back, and then you see the engineers like he wants, but it's impossible. They were trying to reproduce that sound that
Yeah.
he got on that, waterlog, sound.
I know.
But that's the magic of Nebraska, man. And I will say that you'll love that in the movie, those little
Yeah.
details. But sadly, the plot was a little flawed. I
Mm.
like to bring Bruce Springsteen, Jeremy Allen, I think his name is the actor's name is
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen.
I
He
think,
did
yeah, yeah.
he was good. My brother and I were saying that Timothy Chalamet did a better job as Val Dillon than him.
Right.
He
That's
was
what I
okay.
read.
My
Yeah.
my brother said that he saw too much, or I think it was my sister, too much of the bear in that performance.
Oh, yeah, because the guy's already
So
in there. Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah,
what
he's
happens. That's what happens to a lot of people, actors that is one character, and you can't get them out of your head to see them
yeah,
play somebody else, especially
that
iconic characters.
Yeah, that's what he kept saying. But that being said, the character in the bear would resemble one of Springsteen's songs and himself too. You know, the working man and
Oh
trying
yeah.
to, conquer the darkness on the edge of town. But yeah, but that's my review of the movie. If you're a Springsteen
Oh,
fan,
cool.
watch it. If it comes down, now
Yeah,
I would say maybe don't watch in theaters, but streaming, check it out. It's good.
definitely. Well, like before we get started, I just want to just throw some shout outs. I have Potter's Field is back in Long Island on November 12th in Massapequa at the Prohibition.
I saw
And
that.
I just want to show a new shout out to cousin Jim Carreri, my old bandmate from Visions. A lot of yous might have seen the old band Vision is we're rebooting our music because of demand for it, and we started a Facebook page, and we've been getting a lot of people who want to, a lot of CD collectors who want to get a hold of the music from all over the world. So we rebooted that page, and we're going to be streaming the original Visions album, and we're gonna be having the CDs out there for the collectors to buy and stuff. So I just want to throw out there a shout out to cousin Jim, and Visions is going to be, the music is going to be out there and alive again. An album I was on, God, I was 19 or 20 years old, like 1991, something like that. So
Wait, and if somebody wants to listen to this, is there a place they can seek this out?
Not yet. That's the problem. It's like this. It's nowhere to be found, and that's why I even brought it up on the show. People from Brazil and Czech Republic were reaching out to me. Where can I find this band? Where can I find your old band? And I'm like, I don't know. And then me and Jim connected, and we're putting this all together now. We're gonna have it everywhere. It's gonna be everywhere. You could just start out by looking at our Facebook page, looking at old pictures, and we're even going to do a little podcast about the history of the band and talk about what we've been up to these days, and some of the fun moments. It was always a production when we did Visions. It was like we wanted to be like Kiss in a club. Lights
Mm,
and sound, and it was a great time in my life. So I'm really glad we're getting back out there. So, but
love it, man.
anyway, any shout outs?
Uh, Shout out to all our fans out there. There was an interesting commentator. Shout out to I'm gonna pull up his name, but it was a really awesome comment. I'll post his name right now. So the original Fuzz. Um, he writes here, right on. I've been desperate for Rush content ever since the tour announcement, which you and I both, brother. And you
Yeah,
guys are providing it, appreciate it, and subbed. Yeah, like we love
thank
our
you.
fans. And again, for those just tuning in, yeah, please subscribe because yeah, we're more music specialists. Don't get turned off by the true crime stuff. That's
Yeah.
a I think a side passion thing that we're
Yeah,
both
that's
interested
just
because
for fun. We're
because
not. I mean, I'm not an expert on that. That's just like my fun research, and we have this vehicle to get it out there. And I think I got a little nuts with it for
yeah.
Halloween
Well,
and
and
everything.
it's crazy because we even this is one of our temple conversations since like day one, and
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
are an expert in the actual true crime people. I love the psychology behind it, so we always
oh
had a
yeah,
fascinating,
yeah,
conversation, and that's what it is. But we're music, so yeah,
yeah,
tune in, and especially Springsteen fans, subscribe.
yeah,
We're gonna start breaking down some Springsteen albums, and yeah, keep providing great music content.
definitely. So we're gonna do the river first because it's leading into Nebraska. So do you want to just talk about the river a little bit, like what year it came out, and then I'm going to break
Yeah,
down all the details.
yeah. So so the River came out in 1980. So it's Springsteen's first, and maybe not only, but definitely like official, right? One of his first double albums.
Yeah.
Coming off the heels of Darkness on the Edge of Town. So Darkness on the Edge of Town was the whole thing, and we'll have an episode on that in the
Yeah, I wrote
future
that
because we're
one.
kind of going backwards. But yeah, so he begins the 80s by releasing this double album, which was, unusual for him. And also in general, because double albums can be tricky.
Yeah.
Um, and he also on this same album scores his first top 10 hit, Hungry Heart.
Great
So
song.
this album put him on the map. Like it,
Oh yeah.
and it's crazy. It's split between two records and two kind of, it has sort of two faces, where one is this, rocking 1950s rock and roll,
Yeah.
very fun, very carefree, and then the other half is more serious songs, more about relationships, and also continuing the themes on Darkness at the Edge of Town.
Right.
So, I think this album is like really important, and it's crazy because he begins the 80s with this album.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's the background, and he just comes off a successful tour promoting Darkness on the Edge of Town,
Hmm.
and buckles in and starts recording. And
Yeah.
and it's crazy because he was going to release the fun rock songs as an album. You can actually for Springsteen fans out there, the album that he released was called recently The Promise,
Hmm.
and it was a box set, but in that contained the album that he was going to release of the fun rock and roll 1950s songs.
Right. Right.
But he shelves that because he felt that the serious songs was what he wanted. So instead, they
Exactly.
compromised and did a double album.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good material on here. So I'm gonna start off with 1980.
Go.
Um, you have a lot of great music that came out in 1980. Back in Black, British Steel, Maiden's first album, McCartney 2, Peter Gabriel 3, Tattoo You, um, by the Stones, Steely Dan, Gaucho, Journey, Departure, the Talking Heads, Remain in the Light, and I don't know, there's some band from Canada did an album that year. I don't know. Permanent
Who?
something. I don't know.
Little
Some band.
band, little
Some
band, little band
band.
that no one knows from Toronto.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
permanent. I don't know.
oh, Cheech, I want to make a correction. It's not The Promise. The album is called The Ties That Bind. The River Collection, which I recommend, and it has his LP that he would have released that would have had all this garage rock and roll. And then it's the
Oh,
one that
okay.
he shelves. And he actually always does this where he had something similar on The Promise, but instead chose to release the songs on Darkness Edge of Town and What You Find on the River.
And that's like a Dylan thing. Dylan would
Honestly,
do.
it does sound like a Dylan thing because
Yeah,
like they record all these tracks and just shelve them. And then people that, I guess who maybe just people who have common sense are like, what are you doing? Like, why?
I
Like, why
know.
would you want to make these songs? But then that's why he's an artist.
Yeah,
True
creativity
poet.
first. And Nebraska shows it. Creativity first.
And Nebraska, so please, for our viewers out there, please like this video, subscribe, and check out our Nebraska video. So we kind of
Yeah,
went backwards a little bit. We started with
yeah,
Nebraska. And yes, because after this, he records what will be known as Nebraska. And then
right.
shelves, and out of these 50 tracks, like, I mean, this is a golden period for the boss.
Oh,
Like,
oh, definitely. Yeah.
he was on a roll.
And then he does the biggest album of all time, Born in the USA.
Yeah, and this is the start of it.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna add a little bit. You nailed it. I'm gonna just add some, basic little things to it.
Mhm.
So this is his fifth album. On I believe Columbia, the double album, very much like Blonde on Blonde. I think he kind of took that idea
Mhm.
from the great Dylan. Now, this is something that I love about the album, and you and I talked about this.
Mhm.
He wants to capture the E Street Band live. He
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
that live
yeah.
recording.
Oh,
Um,
and can I add something really quick? Like,
yeah,
and that's important because, so this is funny. So, and I read this in his biography. Dude, he was the band leader of the E Street Band, and they had this legendary sound even before they became famous. Like, dude,
yeah.
he earned his success through
Oh, yeah, yeah,
touring.
definitely.
And he says that I'm like James Brown. I'm gonna aim to give you the best show in your effing life. Like that,
Oh,
he
yeah,
said
yeah.
something in the book. And then when he released Born to Run, though, which was his third album, you do realize that's not the E Street sound. Springsteen had to change it. Everything had to be composed, and if anything, there's a little bit scaling back and more control and more of that Phil Spector wall of sound. But
Right, right.
and then he strips that away in Darkness, but there is
You
still
start to
that
hear it on Dark. You hear it on Darkness a little
right.
bit. Yeah.
but Darkness has this punk energy, but that's not the E Street Band. So that's fascinating how you say that. He tries to capture that sound. And I think
Mm-hmm.
in the most part, he does a really
Oh
great job.
yeah, this is a
And it's funny.
raw album. It's very raw.
No, and I think I told you this when I first listened to this album, the sound threw me off because coming from Darkness and Born to Run, I'm like, wait,
I
why does
know.
this sound weird? Right? And
Yeah,
then I didn't
yeah,
realize what he was trying to do, and he was trying to get that garage rock sound and
yeah.
that
He was trying
1950s rock.
like the Kingsman, the Louie Louie. You know that song Louie Louie, the
Yeah,
Kingsman. I think that's
yeah.
what he was kind of going for.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Um, so he wanted to capture the E Street Band live because they were touring so much and they were so tight. It took 18 months to record the album. It was produced by Bruce, Stevie Van Zandt, and over 50 songs were recorded. This guy is, and how many songs does this guy write? Like 50 songs, I mean, it's like, and they picked, what,
No,
16 of them?
dude, and if you listen to these other songs that didn't make the album, they're so good. Any band would have. He has one, which I love so much. Like it's a song, like one of the songs, like God forbid, play in my grave because, dude, it it's called. And I'll show you some of these tracks. Like, dude, they're so amazing, and it's crazy because none of them really end up on the record, and you only hear them till later after he releases these box sets,
Yeah.
but. He has a song called "Where the Bands Are," which is so. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's so
No,
beautiful,
no.
such a beautiful rock and roll song. And another one that's really good is "Dollhouse." "Roulette" is awesome. It's like any band would have
Now,
killed to have these
can you
songs.
find this on YouTube?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
So for all of yours out there, so "Where the Bands Are," listen to that song so you can get a good sense of some of these songs. "Roulette." And Dollhouse. Like, and that's just some of them. And again, I would recommend anybody out there listen to the Ties That Bind, the River collection. So you can either buy it or listen to it on
Mhm.
Apple Music or Spotify, and you'll get a good sense of these 50 tracks that, dude, like Dylan, he's a monster.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing. Um, Let me see. So it took 18 months to record. And then I said that already. Okay. Oh, and then here he talks about the outtakes and B-sides that you're talking about that was put out on these albums. So I was going to get to that.
Hmm.
Which you just, said it perfectly. Recorded at the Power Station in New York. Basically his influences is still, heartland rock, R&B, folk country, and pop. 82 minutes long on Columbia. uh Bruce, Stevie Van Zandt, and John Landau. The singles: Hungry Heart, Fade Away, Sherry Darling, The River, which I gotta say is my favorite,
Mm.
Cadillac Ranch, Point Blank. um and he
And the only
wanted
one top 10 was Hungry Heart.
really,
That's the only one that charted. Yeah. As far as
oh,
I know, I could be wrong, so no one fact check me, please.
yeah.
I love Springsteen, but I will say, out of all the tracks, "Hungry Heart" was the top 10, and he even makes a joke in the book where it got the girls coming to his show.
Yeah. And it was on the radio. Let me tell you, like in 1980, I was 10, and that was on the radio like in constantly. Then
Yep,
that
yep.
had to be it had to be the number one though, right? For a
There we
while,
go.
I would think, Um, and basically he wanted to get that live sound, combination with them having fun in the studio. He didn't want to make it that real serious. He wanted it to
Yeah, and
be
that was the goal.
relaxed, like a relaxed kind of thing. Um, the lyrics expand on themes from previous albums, Born to Run and Darkness on the Edge of Town. They focus, now, when I noticed this a lot, they focus on love and lost love,
Lost
So,
love, love, broken love,
mhm,
and depressing love.
yeah, all the loves,
All
uh,
kinds of loves.
exactly. Marriage, family, Bruce took inspiration from Flanny, am I saying it wrong? Flanny O'Connor?
Flannery O'Connor, a classic
Flannery
writer, which
Yeah,
she'll
Flannery
have a
O'Connor.
more influence on Nebraska.
Right. And it was a top Billboard the Billboard top LP on tapes and charts in the U.S. And it was one of the fastest selling albums yet for him. It was a commercial success. Um, Went to number 2 in the UK, and he toured the river from October 1980 till September 1981. The critics loved it, but yet some critics didn't like it. Some critics hated it, which is really, you wonder why,
Do you have any like critics why or?
Recording, from what I read, they didn't like the production. They thought the production wasn't that good. That
And
it
it's
kind
funny, I thought that too, to be honest with you. Because yeah, there's something with the production. I was trying to like pinpoint like it sounds odd compared to
yeah,
Darkness and Born to Run, but then you realize what he was trying to do, and then it makes sense
right.
because
Yeah,
he was trying to go for a more looser sound, and
right.
rather than everything being, and he says it. There's a great documentary on Born to Run, the making of Born to Run, which is on YouTube. I think it's Born on Wheels, I think it's called. And
Yeah,
Springsteen says that everything was composed, even the drums, everything had to be composed. Like
yeah.
there was nothing that he did not have total control over. So he had control over everything, and he was chasing this sound. But then with the river, that would make sense, and you hear
Oh
it.
yeah.
It's more
Oh,
looser.
definitely, definitely. So background, he toured Darkness on the Edge, and it was Edge of Town. It was a huge successful album tour, and he wanted to take the E Street Band out, on tour, and then go in the studio right away because they were so tight. They got so tight from doing all those shows.
Mhm.
So they went right into the studio, and he wanted to catch the live sound and combine that with great storytelling. They recorded at the power station. And the reason why they chose the power station? This is an interesting fun fact. I did not know this.
Mm.
It might be in the books. I don't know.
Has something to do with Jimmy Iovine?
No, it has to do with Max Weinberg, Gary Tallett, and Bitten. They recorded an album with Ian Hunter in that studio. They were his backup band called Schizophrenic,
Mm.
and they loved that studio. So they told Bruce, and they went in there. So they set up mics everywhere in a huge room, um, to get that live sound. They wanted the opposite sound from the past 2 albums. The tracks were recorded live. Sometimes the band would just learn a song, literally like, here's the chords, let's play it right now and see how it sounds. So some of that
Mm.
went in. I don't know if all of that went into it, but definitely some of it did. Um, Bruce was inspired. You know who he was inspired by for this album? Before I
Hank
throw it out,
Williams. Hank Williams.
Hank Williams, Van Morrison, Bob Dylan, and a little bit of Marvin Gaye.
I see that.
Oh.
I see that. Yeah, especially the soul sound of it.
Yeah. So anything up until that point so far? Want
No,
to
I think we
add?
should drop the needle on the record
Yeah,
or
definitely.
or press play on streaming.
Yeah. So we'll get into the band. Bruce Springsteen on vocals, 6 and 12 string guitar, harmonica. E Street Band, Roy Bittan, piano and organ. The great Clarence Clemens, saxophone, percussion background. Danny Federici on organ and glockenspiel. Glockenspiel pops up a lot with him.
I know it's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
He loves him some Glockenspiel.
you know. The great Gary Talent on bass. I love that guy. Underrated bass player, needs to
Hmm.
be known more. Stevie Van Zandt, acoustic electric lead in harmony. Great Max Weinberg on the drums. Neil Dorsman, engineer, and Toby Scott mixed the album. So let's jump right in. This over here. All right. The Ties That Bind. I love this song.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's about a woman who is hurt. And it's like how do I say this? It's a challenge. It's a challenge to hurt a woman, not to forsake a woman, but rather accept the ties of a relationship. Also, struggles and bonds that people experience, the struggles that people face, frustration, desire for connection, of understanding and being in a relationship. So, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think yeah, you got it. It's great first track. It's very, like you're gonna talk about the music, but it's it's a hurt woman,
Yeah,
and Springsteen saying, not to forsake love, but accept the ties of relationship, the ties that bind.
right, right.
I love these lines like a cheap romance. You say it's all just a crutch. You don't want nothing that anybody can touch. You're so afraid of being somebody's fool. Not walking tough, baby, not walking cool. And then like later on, he says, "We're running now, but darling, we will stand in time to face the ties that bind. Now you can't break the ties that bind. You can't forsake the ties that bind." And the ties of bind is those strong emotional connections and loyalties. So it's like
Yeah,
Springsteen, being rough and tough, saying to the woman,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
don't believe. Yes, you've been brokenhearted, but don't lose faith in the ties that bind, right? And
Exactly.
it's a
Yeah,
great romance song, but not really. It's weird.
yeah, yeah. But like, so the woman is hurt in the song already, maybe from a past relationship, you think?
Yes, I know it's obvious, and
Like a
and
rebound. This is maybe like a rebound type of thing.
well, something like this. It's where the woman, whoever it is, has um lost, I guess, because of the brokenheartedness, is starting to not believe in the ties that bind, which is different
Right.
from like romantic love. I feel as though that, and Springsteen approaches it from a masculine perspective. Because again,
Yeah.
from a female perspective, it's devastating when you're brokenhearted. I think it's devastating
Oh yeah, yeah,
from a
yeah, yeah.
woman perspective. But Springsteen thinks on the masculine perspective, who they focus more on, those loyalties that
Yeah.
link people. So
Yeah.
Springsteen, I don't know if this is maybe a new lover or something, or new partners, or I guess husband or boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Another great line is, "You sit and wonder just who's gonna stop the rain." And think about it, like many women that have been brokenhearted wait for that Prince Charming or somebody to
Mhm.
save them,
Yeah.
especially after coming off of a really bad relationship
Yeah.
or
True.
heartbreak.
True.
Springsteen sings, "Who'll ease the sadness? Who's gonna quiet your pain?" And I love this line here. I love Springsteen and him in highways and cars.
Oh yeah.
And I know it's a joke, but it's funny because that's what he turns to. "It's a long, dark highway and a thin white line connecting, baby, your heart to mine." All right, and then he continues, "We're running now, but darling, we'll stand in time, right? Into the ties that bind." Like,
It's
it's
such a
great.
great. It's so catchy. Such a great chorus.
So catchy, but it's a great first track that I think sets
Mhm.
the tone for the album.
Oh,
And
it
again, it's
totally
weird.
does.
It's not a romance song like the soft rock stuff. Like,
Yeah.
why don't we steal away? No, it's more like the ties that bind.
Baby, come back.
or you're
Hey,
what's
like
the song?
dancing.
Sunshine. Ooh, baby, run right. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's more Springsteen, rough and tough, and saying the
Yeah.
ties that bind. La
Oh
la la
yeah,
la.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's more like, and again, I get it because I think romance is not soft rock or yacht rock. It's more, sometimes it's rough. Sometimes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some and they've been playing it at the temple. Some of these songs are getting to me. It's
you're
about
right.
heartbreak. Like
Oh yeah.
Hall and Oates have some great like she's gone. That song, she's gone. It's like
Oh
that.
yeah.
That's somebody who's getting really hurt
Yo.
by whether male or female. Getting hurt pretty bad.
Oh, you know
So
what's interesting too with Springsteen's perspective? It's not that he's heartbroken because she's gone. His Hall and Oates heart. I feel like a lot of these yacht rock people got
yeah,
their hearts broken. Like,
yeah.
like Oh, actually, one of the most romantic songs, Christopher Cross is "Sailing Away." I feel like
Oh,
that's
big.
very
I love that
beautiful, and
song.
I feel like,
That
and I,
that's about that song is about the love of doing something. It's not a love about a woman. I think it's a look
No,
about an act of sailing, you know, which
100%, 100%. Even he acknowledges it. But I will say a lot of women love the song, right?
yeah.
Because, sailing, dun, dun,
Eddie
dun, like,
Pottersfield should do it. We'll get some chicks.
yo, you guys should do a Pottersfield version. Come
Sailing.
on, sail away.
That would be funny if a metal band covered sailing.
Oh,
Yeah.
as a side, you guys should cover the ties that bind. I feel like that'll fit your
You you
sound.
you mentioned that, yeah.
But that's a great, I think, and it's a great song. And talk about the
Oh yeah,
music, Cheech. The
sure.
music.
Powerful intro, nice guitar melody, 12 string. I think it's a 12 string he's playing. Nice guitar picking, great drums, great chorus, great pre-chorus, nice chord progression. There's a great middle section that leads to the bridge. And of course, I'm going to say this a lot. So many great sax solos are in these songs. So like,
Yeah. Dude, the return of the sax solo, which was kind of
oh
lost
yeah.
and was famous in the E Street shows.
Oh yeah. The great set, the great sax solo in the middle of it. It has a nice pop sound. Um, let me see. It modulates to another key in the middle of it, and it has that 80s sound. Just and it has a great ending the way it ends. But it but
Uh,
it definitely it has that 80s sound.
it
Like
does, and the way it sounds, bam, 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 dan, 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 like it has
yeah.
that 80s drum sound. Like you're right, it has and it's funny, it sounds thin. Like that's why I was thrown off by it because after coming like Born to Run, and like the drums are
Oh yeah, yeah,
full,
yeah.
they're like
It's like
bombastic.
it's like Rush. It's bombastic. It's like
Yes, yes. Meanwhile, this one is more 80s sounding. And at first I
yeah.
was like, it sounds cheap. I know, no disrespect, like, me
Right,
and
right.
my lack of musical knowledge, but I didn't realize he
No,
was
but you
trying.
had good ears. You had good ears. And like that's a great way to record if you want that raw sound. You listen to Zeppelin 1 and 2, that's how they recorded it.
Mhm.
It's produced, but it's still raw. That's the best way to capture a band, to just do it with a couple microphones and not over layer upon layer upon layer.
Right,
Now, when you
right.
go into Born in the USA, completely different
Oh,
sound.
oh, I mean, I can't wait to talk about that sound because yeah, it is different from the river. Like
Yeah.
it's interesting
But-
and
And it's crazy. I can't help but bring up Rush, but it took Rush a couple of years to get there, like to get
yeah,
to that like big money, sound. So like Rush, when
you're
they got
right.
like Rush would do like Farewell to Kings, Hemisphere is still raw recording. It's produced, but it's still raw. Then they got to Permanent Waves, and it's still
No,
raw.
you know what's
But
crazy? I love the point you made because um on Permanent Waves, like Free Will, compared to drum, and again we have to mention Rush, right?
always,
We're
always.
gonna piss off people who don't like Rush,
Oh, I
but
have a new friend. Alex Lifeson is my friend now.
Alex Lifeson, man, I hope you're not some
We love
AI
you.
bot or something. Like you better be real, please.
Yeah,
Rush,
be
if you're
real.
watching this, we'll be happy if you come on our show.
Yeah.
We'll drop everything. We'll interview you, man. Interview you guys. But dude, if you listen to the drum sounds on Free Will, it sounds like you said, it sounds raw and then raw, right? But then you
Yeah.
listen to Big Money, and later, then you start hearing the
Right. But it took that progression. Signals is when you started to hear the change. And then boom, they go right into moving pictures. And
Mhm.
then that is in my opinion, the greatest production of an album, I think, ever.
Yeah,
The greatest,
it's
great.
really yeah.
So it took them many like four go back to Caress of Steels, that's really raw, and then they developed, and Terry Brown grew and they grew. And the time they got to Grace Under Pressure, they're really produced. But
Mhm.
Bruce, it took only two albums. Bruce
Yeah.
went from the river, and then he went to Nebraska, which is the complete it's even
Oh,
more raw.
dude, that just scaled back.
It's raw, more raw. So it's like if the river is raw, Nebraska is like raw
Dude,
meat.
it's the most
Undercooked.
raw that you can get.
Yeah, it's like just completely bare bones, and then Born in the fucking USA is
Dude,
like,
talk about
oh my
overproduction in the
God.
best way, by the way, but
Oh, in a great way.
overproduction, dude,
Yeah.
hits you like a punch in the face.
It's a
Like,
little cheesy, I think, with like dancing. I was analyzing Dancing in the Dark, and then you hear that keyboard in the beginning.
you know what's funny about, and you know what's funny about that? Michael Jackson had an influence on that song, and that's one of the last songs. John Landau said that it needs a hit. And Springsteen got a little angry. He's like, but then he was hearing Michael Jackson and got,
Yeah.
and that's why it sounds cheesy
It's
because
funny. I just wrote what you said in the episode the other day.
yeah, no, and I can't believe I actually know it, but that's why, yeah,
Yeah.
it is cheesy, but again, his
In the
dude,
greatest way, though. It's not. You
yes.
listen to that. I can't hum it, but it comes in, and then he's like, "Look in the mirror,"
Yeah.
it comes
Dude,
in.
and when you watch the video, it's like,
Oh yeah.
it's
The
like,
video is great. I was watching the
dude,
video.
it's cheesy, but man, it's funny in the book is kids cringe at
Yeah,
watching that video. Even Springs is like, yeah, I found
it's
that 80s cheese.
yeah, but it went from that like the river.
It's like, dude, it's like, even we're just dancing in the dark.
Joe Suggan will get a kick out of that. We're talking about how the Manny impressions, how great they are.
Dude, I have to give a shout out to in my family. I'm practicing. There's other funnier, better ones in my family. Like
You do some good
shout
ones,
out
man.
to Damien. My brother Damien is really good at impressions.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a lost art. There was a
It,
guy.
dude, it really is. It needs to make a comeback.
There was a guy named Rich Little. I'm so old I am. He was always on Johnny Carson, and he would do. You know what? Did some good impressions. Dice Clay. Dice Clay. When he would do De Niro.
Dude, dude, you know what's funny? I feel like impressions are the. I know. I think it's, yeah, it's definitely lost and maybe a lost star, but. Dude, something about if you watch old impressions and
they're funny.
Unhinged, nothing gets untouched. Dude, it
Yeah,
is so funny.
it really is. But yeah, just amazing how he went from the river and then Born in the USA is
Yeah.
such a different production. All right, Sherry Darling.
And I will say this is one of my favorite songs of all time. If anything, it's
Yeah,
actually like if I made a Springsteen top 10, believe it or not, it would be in my top 10.
yeah, I love this song, and and I bring up frat rock and the Kingsmen, Louie Louie. This is where that
Yeah.
influence comes from, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
And
you
talk
know,
about, remember how we said that the record, he wanted like a party sound to it?
exactly.
This song is emblematic of that because
Oh,
it
it
starts
it
out
gives
with, what does it start out with? What instrument?
on the music side. Hold on, give me a second. Let me
Let's see if
find
you
it.
know.
Saxophone
Saxophone. And
right
it's a
away.
ripping solo.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
hear, I think, bottles in the back. Like
Oh, it's
it,
like they're in a bar and
it
you hear
sounds
you
like a
hear people
party.
talking. Yeah. And the topic, I think I got it right. I love what it's about.
Dude, I love the topic. And it's so real because I kind of grew up in this kind of situation. So it's funny.
Yeah.
I always love it.
I mean, so basically it's like it's frat rock, coming from the Kingsman. I think, yeah, the Kingsman, Louie Louie. He's complaining there he has to drive Sherry's mom to the unemployment office every Monday, and he can't take her arguing and talking, and he decides he won't argue with her and he won't take her anymore because he says this is the last time that he will drive her because he wants to be with his girl and have peace and quiet. And I think I got it right.
Oh, you got it. And that's the
And
song, which is so,
yes,
well, no, from a lyrical perspective. Who writes from this weird perspective? I
it's
mean,
almost Dylan absurdity, but it's not absurd. But it has
no,
that. It's a story that we
no, no.
all
You know what's funny? I
been
love how
in.
it's like Dylan absurdity, but made real.
Exactly.
Because it sounds like a party, but then he's like, your mama's yapping in the backseat. Tell her to push over and move them big feet. Dude,
Yeah,
it's funny. It's absurd,
I
but it's
know.
actually happening.
And we've all been there when we're with somebody or with your girl or whatever, and like, there's somebody just annoying the shit out of you, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
And
blah.
and, 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 it's funny, and I think it's the mother-in-law, which is actually really funny. And dude, this song is so catchy. It's actually
Yeah.
so catchy. It's beautiful. Like,
Oh
especially
yeah,
like
yeah,
the bridge. I think it's called the bridge, or like the before the chorus. Tell her she wins if she'll just shut up. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
the last time she's gonna be riding with me. And then he's like, you can't tell her there's a Baxter. And then I think
yeah,
little Stevie's voice comes in, dude. It is
yeah. No,
so
it's a
great. I would
perfect
have killed
song.
to see a song live.
Yeah. Did he ever play it? Did he play it live? I mean,
Probably
obviously,
did.
then.
He probably did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will say I haven't heard a live version yet. Actually, believe it or not,
Really?
from his famous live albums. But dude, this song is just so funny. And another funny line is, "She can take us away back to the ghetto tonight." Well, I got some beer and the highway's free, and I got you, and baby, you got me. He's like, "Hey, hey, hey."
Yeah.
What do you say, Sherry, darling? Like it's romantic, real, and it's him
Now,
dealing with.
who's Sherry? You think the girl or the mother?
Well, no, Sherry's the girl,
Right. Okay.
and
Okay.
he's dealing with the mother-in-law or
Right. Right. And he
somebody.
just.
He's dealing.
Yeah.
The
Sherry has to be the girl because he's like, I'm putting
Yeah,
up with this annoying woman. You
and
know.
just because
So that
he's in love with Sherry,
exactly
he's putting up with this,
doing it.
and
Yeah.
but then there's some sadness because every Monday morning I got to drive her down to the unemployment agency, right? So
She can't
it's
work.
like they're down, they're down and out, and
Yeah.
obviously, um, Springsteen cares about Sherry,
Yeah.
um, and it's just a great rock and roll song about
It is.
him being so annoyed at Sherry's mother-in-law. And
Yeah.
oh, and actually, yeah, and this is that funny line. She can take a subway back to the ghetto tonight, showing you where they're coming from. They're coming from the projects, or.
Yeah.
And what's really odd is that Springsteen, even though he grew up in New Jersey, he wasn't a New Yorker, but he kind of
No.
captured that spirit, which is crazy.
Yeah. I just realized my phone isn't plugged in. This could be bad.
You've
But
been
so far,
good, but yeah,
okay.
plug it in so we don't have any
Yeah.
freezes.
Hold on one sec. Let me just give me a second. I'm
It's
thinking like
funny.
this.
And
This
while
is
you're
what.
doing that, another funny line that I love is like, now there's girls melting on the beach, and they're so fine, but so far out of reach. Like, he
Yeah.
could be with like, better looking girls, and then he says,
Oh yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
and then he says, "Cause I'm stuck in traffic down here on 53rd Street. Not sharing my love for you is real, but I didn't count on this package deal." Like, it, dude, it's just so funny. Like, it's great.
Insane.
And these are my favorite Springsteen songs. Like when he sings
Oh
from this
yeah.
perspective, and actually, like a little connection. I know you had an interesting thought about the song, but I loved it. "Used Cars of Nebraska."
Yeah, yeah.
Like when that, and especially because I for some odd reason I relate to these songs because I grew up in these situations. Like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
No,
being in.
I've been there too. I've been in, whether it's a friend or it's a girlfriend and somebody in the family. It's just I was in a relationship where there was somebody's sister that would just annoy me to no end. Like I would want to like, "Ugh," and you can't say anything. You're just like
Right,
losing your mind.
right, right, right.
But musically, like you said, it starts with a killer sax solo, great piano. It's a 50s sound. You
Yes,
hear people talking in the back, a great organ, fun story. The song sounds very live, very live. Um, and it's definitely recorded with that live feeling. Like I said, people were talking. Great chorus, good solid song. Ends with the sax solo. So just a simple, not a lot going on musically, but just simple. Except for that intro, that sax solo is just killer in that intro.
it's so good. It sets the tone, and again, another song that it shows you what you're gonna be in for.
Yeah,
Right,
friggin'
we go from relationship to then this situation, which is kind of funny.
yeah. Okay, Jackson Cage. Now we're on the needle is on the third song of the live album. I mean of the double album. Okay, once again, a woman. there's a lot of themes of relationships, loss, love, heartbreak that's going on with Bruce. It's about a woman living a, in solitude, a life of solitude, and it prevents her from living the American dream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about a sense of purpose that she does not have, being unhappy with her job and her life. She's looking for something more. That's what I
Sounds
got.
like a regular day at the temple.
Pretty much. That's exactly what I thought of.
Dude, that should be another code name for a Jackson Cage.
Jackson Cage. But like at the same time, we're living the American dream. This doesn't apply to us.
No, no,
Some
no.
people at the temple, it definitely applies to.
Well, and our audience is gonna be so lost. Middletown Dreams.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that poor bastard. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? I mean, like, uh,
maybe our boy or your boy, what is it, Frenchie, maybe.
I don't think there's anything. I don't know if he has any pleasure, that guy. I don't know what it. I
And
have
by the
no idea.
way, and Joe, if you're watching this, Cheech will fill you in on these code names,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I
or
just
maybe well, former cashiers too. Pretty soon, they're gonna be the
yeah.
Jackson Cage, but
We won't
yeah.
we won't use that word that we like to say.
Oh no, 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 no. That definitely will be canceled like
Together.
fast. I
But
mean, we'll probably
anyway,
get so much hate, but
yeah.
um,
But anyway, I just feel like this is a song where if you're in your life, please, like, you know, don't get stuck. Do something. Have fun. Live your life. Don't let like a dead end job or live in solitude ruin your life. That was always my point with these kind of things. Like, you got to have joy in your life.
mm,
And this is what this person doesn't have. And
mm.
Bruce is trying to bring her joy, because we know many people like that,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
man.
outside of
I like
work.
that message. And that's something that Springsteen, it's so interesting because he tried to wrestle with that.
Yeah.
He started on Darkness on the Edge of Town, where he started talking about characters or people, right? Especially real people who have no hope, no
Oh
sense
yeah.
of fun. They're
I don't
trapped.
understand those kinds of people. Because for me, like, I've always lived my life a dreamer. Like, even as a
Mm,
child, if I played, you can, ask my parents, if I played basketball, I was going to be in the NBA. That was like, my goal. I remember wanting, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be Dr. J one day. I'd have a
right,
nerve set up in the room. I'd be playing basketball. So
right,
I was
right.
always a dreamer,
Well,
you
it's
know.
funny. Dude, I also, I was the same way because I always saw myself, like, even if I didn't like achieve it, like I always
Yeah.
dreamed, I'm doing it. I don't care. And then what ends up
Yeah.
happening, because I dreamed this, something else happens. And then I keep
Exactly.
dreaming. And I feel like, yeah, we gotta teach people, especially kids actually, to dream.
Yeah.
And don't crush your dreams. Dude, go.
No.
Or girl,
Like,
like go.
that's why I'm blessed all my life, knock on wood, blessed to have music. I don't know where it came from. There's
Mm,
always somebody knocking at my door. Yo, I need a bass player. I need you in my band. I've always had that for 41 years. I've always
right.
had to not ever look out and say, oh, I got to form a band. I got to look for a band. There's always been opportunity. Thank God. And I got the greatest opportunity now with Potter's Field, and then doing the visions thing is going to be a lot of fun. And then this podcast is like another amazing opportunity for both of us to share our passion
Right.
about music. I'm not going to go into a rant and rave, but the whole point of this is find something to do. Don't be Jackson's cage, which cage is a good term. You're
It's really
stuck in it.
good.
You're a bird. You're a bird.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Oh, I'm that for 8 hours every
Yeah.
day.
Well,
You
no,
know.
it's sad because a lot of people feel that way, that they're like birds in cages,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because I love how Springsteen, once again, like, this could be sort of like a dark sequel to Born to Run or
Yeah.
Thunder Road, but this time he sings, driving home to grab something to eat, turns the corner and drives down her street into a row of houses. She just melts away, and that's, imagine just coming home from work and just having that feeling, just wanting to melt away. Like the scenery in another man's play, into a house where the blinds are closed, to keep from seeing things she don't want to know. She pulls the blinds and looks out on the street. the cooler the night takes the edge off the heat, and then he sings, in Jackson Cage, down in Jackson Cage, like,
Yeah.
and Springsteen also, trying to cheer her up, and it's funny, it's the same character from Darkness on the Edge of Town,
It
where,
is.
it's kind of a dark song, and it
It
ends
is. It is.
and it ends saying that the way that they will turn a man into a stranger to waste away down in the Jackson Cage, and that's how it ends. At the same
Yeah.
time, like musically though, it is another great rocker though,
Oh, it's amazing. It's
which is
unbelievable.
strange. It's like this sort of weird paradox in this album. But there's
Oh yeah.
another song that sets the tone, and I agree with you, with all our dreamers out there. If I can quote John Lennon, "You may think I'm a dreamer, but
Yeah.
honestly, the dreamers will dream and rule. I mean, you will
Yeah.
thrive.
Please, kids out there, our young baser,
Dream."
be a dreamer, dream, and don't let people shoot your dreams down, or be a dreamer, man. I'm still a dreamer. Dreams create reality.
Mhm.
And whether the
Well, I feel like
reality.
that's but dude, dreams are the architecture of reality.
Exactly, Carl Jung, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that kind of thing. And if you could dream big, and if they don't happen on the level you want, they're still gonna happen on some form of level.
Dude, yeah, they
Hap-
happen. No,
They
and
happen.
because you're on the road on the dream world, the other things are gonna happen.
Yeah, they
That
manifest to you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it all starts as like a little seed, a little idea. Hey, Manny, we talk a lot about music. Why don't you, somebody said we should do a podcast. That'd be cool one day,
No,
one day.
imagine we were cynical, like the girl in Jackson Cage, where we're
Yeah.
like, nah, what's the
Yeah.
point?
What's the
We
point?
can't.
We're not gonna be Joe Rogan. We're not gonna be the
Right.
beast or
And dude,
somebody,
that's a mistake because
Mr.
a lot of
Beast.
our audience tells us, like, dude, our podcast and
Yeah.
it's amazing. They love tuning in. And honestly, that's why we did it because we're like, yeah, because we love to talk about music. It's our passion.
Well, yeah, people said to me like, "Oh, dude, why are you doing a podcast?" I'm like, because I love to talk about music. And I have a best friend that I can share that with, and I can learn from, and we can learn from each other, and we can also branch off and do other things, true
Mhm.
crime, horror, and if we make it long, that's just what we do. We're
Is what
not
it is.
it's about art. It's not about fitting that mold of what a podcast should be. There's no right or no wrong to do a podcast.
No,
I think
no.
everyone should do a podcast. Do it on anything. Get it
I
out there.
agree.
You
I
know,
agree. Get out there,
if
be a
it's on
podcast, play an instrument, learn.
quilting, if it's on quilting, if it's on how to I don't know fishing, so anything, just get out there and do it, and people watch, and you'll get a following, you'll get a base. Um so
And it's fun.
anything.
And I love and Cheech, correct me if I'm wrong, in the song, the keyboard.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
beautiful.
so great. And I think that's shout out to, I think, either Roy Bittan or Dan Federici. One of them. Both brilliant.
I think it's Roy Bittan. So I put in nice drum open. He's got a
Yeah.
great drum open with
Yep.
the keyboards, and the keyboards have a new sound. It's like that 80s sound. It,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
a
And you're gonna
sen-
hear it
it's
again on um Born in the USA. It's gonna be all over the place.
yeah, we know. I know. So just take a look in the mirror.
Dude, yeah, I think I did an impersonation. Well, on a runaway American dream.
Yeah, I love it. But um what I was gonna say, it's not keyboard anymore. It's called the synth now. It's really,
Yeah, it
synth.
becomes a
Yeah.
synthesizer.
The
Right, right,
keyboard was Keith Emerson and Rick Wakeman and Geddy in the
right.
70s, and now it's synth, pop synth. There's genres, and Rush is in this genre, which is stupid, but synth music. So
Oh, and
yeah,
by the way, I
yeah.
think there's a harmonica solo in the song too.
I'm pretty sure. Yep, there is one. A
It's
nice
weird.
harmonica solo.
It's
Yep.
kind of Dylan-esque too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a cynical song though, lyrically. Like, because Springsteen tries, but then he starts to feel that Jackson
Yeah.
Cage.
Yeah, I think, so it has that keyboard sound, straight ahead vibe, great pre-chorus, great chorus, very 80s, early 80s, great story, as we said. Now I put this in here. I can hear Bon Jovi being influenced by this song.
Oh, dude.
I definitely
You
hear
cannot deny that influence. Yeah, Bon Jovi was closely listening,
yeah, I
especially
definitely
the
hear
sound
the sound. Yeah, Bon Jovi was he
and,
admittedly,
and
obviously,
the
being from
lyrics
Germany.
because um and it's crazy. I'm not sure when Journey's album came out, Don't Stop Believing. It also has that same idea, which I'm not
Um,
saying they copied from Springsteen, but
wait, I think I said it on wait, where's my list of
because
19? Did I say
Journey
was
and Bon
Escape on there?
Jovi Journey and Bon Jovi sort of have that similar idea. Down and out characters in their own Jackson cages and definitely were influenced by that Born to Run theme too.
Journey had Departure that year.
Okay, so not yet their massive album that had Don't Stop Believing. So they were probably
No, that
listening
would have been a
closely
little.
too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because it's the '80s. Now Journey was a prog band. Do you
Yeah.
realize like
Dude,
in
it's
the
so weird.
'70s?
Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
were prog and then they became uh album oriented rock, so AOR arena,
yeah.
and
And
then eventually they evolved into sellout arena pop
a
rock.
lot a lot like Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac was a
Very, very
blues
similar.
band, and they
Yep.
became
No,
a radio friendly, great
no,
one of the greatest radio bands ever. You know.
and the guitarist, I think it's Neil Schon, is one of the greatest.
Oh, and Journey. Oh,
And
without
Journey,
a
he
doubt.
shreds like this dude. He played, I think, with Santana.
Yeah, when he was 15. Well, the beauty about those arena rock bands, everybody shredded equally to any metal guy.
No, dude, you had to because the competition was fierce. I mean, it was led by, for example, Peter Frampton, who himself was a guitar hero.
Oh, hell yeah.
You
He
know,
was
I,
with
I
that in
always say that Peter
Humble
Frampton with the
Pie.
live album,
Yeah.
he put it on the map in
Frampton comes in live.
1975, I think.
76, yeah, yeah.
And then, dude,
And then
Boston.
oh, Boston is
Well,
all
you had
guitar.
imagine trying to compete against Boston.
Now
Like,
you can't, and they were doing like harmonies, and both albums. Don't Look Back in 1978, and the first Boston album. They created that arena rock song. I mean,
right.
what was his name? Peter Frampton. I'm thinking of Ted Nugent, Ace Frehley, all these thoughts. Uh, he made it come alive. Frampton alive. He
Yeah.
created it, and then Journey took it with Neil Schon, Cheap Trick, Rick Nielsen. Oh my
Yep. Yep.
God, what a shredder! The guy's a shredder. Like
Dude.
our boy Tommy Shaw
Oh,
and
I was
Stick.
gonna say, dude, speak about Tommy Shaw. Actually, let me quick rant. And again, sorry
I know
out
you
there.
love
We have to
Tommy,
do it. We have to do it. We got to go on
of
these
course.
tangents. But for the arena rock, like, dude, I'm listening to some of the greatest records. Dude, the competition is so fierce. You have to be the best players,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
hear it on. For example, you even hear on shout out to rest in peace Ace Frehley, Kiss on Destroyer, starting
Oh
out.
yeah.
And they were better live. Many people have said Cheap Trick.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
hear Cheap Trick live, especially live at Budokan, dude. You're gonna hear,
Amazing. Amazing.
dude. They're ferocious. And Rick Nielsen, the guitar, no, not Rick Nielsen. The guitar player on Cheap Trick.
Yes. Rick Nielsen. Rick Nielsen.
Is it Rick Nielsen?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
dude, the way he plays,
Robin Zander's a singer. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, right. And the way he plays, like he took tracks from like the studio recording and just, since they were musicians,
But
they
what
knew how
made
to.
him, he was so different. His whole thing was he looked like a nerd. He had
Right,
this
right.
dorky look, and he had five neck guitars,
Yeah.
and he played equally as good as any shredder. I mean, he has his own sound. The guy
Yeah.
is a beast.
Yep.
And then there's the other guy. I don't even know his name, but you listen to REO Speedwagon. That
Yeah.
guitar, but Keep on Loving You. That guitar solo is brilliant. I wish I knew his name, but
Mhm.
I forgot his name. So that arena rock is really where a lot of the shredding is, and those guys were just killers. And that was precursor to metal. Neil Schon, all the metal guys always talked about Neil Schon, especially the
Mhm.
Bay Area
Yep.
guys. They're
Yep.
all they all were inspired by Neil. I seen Neil Schon. I said this story before. With I saw Steve Vai, Yngwie Malmsteen, and I saw Joe Satriani. They had a thing called G3 many years ago, and they all come out and they're all brilliant and they're shredders and they're kings, they're masters. Neil Schon comes out in the encore. They're all playing the song "Going Down," the Freddie King song, Everyone's going nuts. Neil Schon, Neil Schon. My opinion, when Neil Schon was about to take a solo, he got all shy because you got Steve Vai, doing all this stuff, and
Yeah,
ain't
I know.
forget it. Ain't that. So Neil Schoen's she's like shaking his hand, and the crowd's laughing. Neil Schon did the best solo out of all three. He
Yeah.
had the most feel. No disrespect to those guys; they're all
No,
geniuses. But
dude, and again, actually, I love that point you made. I've listened to Steve Vai, I've listened to even Jeff Beck and all these guitar legends, but I'll be honest with you. Even though, don't get me wrong, I have no right to say any of their guitar playing because they're the guitar wizards. But dude, they don't have the vibe that a lot of these other guitar players had. Oh, Joe Satriani too.
yeah, well,
Even though
that's
he's
what I
amazing.
heard. I heard it
No, no.
like
Trust
I
me, they
heard.
know their instruments. They can
Yeah.
play notes at 1,000 miles an hour. And again, it's hard to describe, but you gotta feel it. And it's funny, Eric Clapton, who actually had a big album around this time, with Slow Hand, he
Yeah.
even said that yes, he could play a lot of notes, but it's more like getting in like the energy or the vibe.
Hmm.
And very few guitar players can actually do that. And actually in the arena rock circuit, you
Yeah.
had these guitar players just thrive. Like,
And I just thought of another one, Elliot Easton from the Cars. Oh my
oh, the
God,
Cars, and
what a
talk about
shredder!
them launching New Wave.
They launched New Wave with a shredder, a clean guitar sound. The early stuff is amazing. Andy Summers, you know, and early U2, The
Yep,
Edge,
yep,
really
yep.
before he became The Edge.
I'll be honest, the early U2 is better than after U2. I feel like it's like Joshua U2 and then like before U2, before
Yeah,
Joshua,
yeah.
dude, the edge, down, 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 down,
He
down.
was
Like, dude, it's just, you can just imagine hearing it live and just,
amazing.
and talk about, and again, a lot of guitar players will be like, well, he's not the most, flashy or he's not playing, but that's not the point.
No.
He using the guitar, like he just sets a vibe, which is very
Yes.
difficult to do. Even Dylan said, I've read somewhere he says, I'm not the best guitar player, but what I do is that I try to, he says that the music has to serve the folk song. So obviously him being a folkie, it has to
Yes.
set a vibe. And I'll be honest with you, Dylan succeeded and more.
Oh
He's
yeah.
another example, but anyway, we're on this tangent because
I know. I know.
Springsteen, Jackson Cage, you had, I think, him leading the legendary E Street Band, and Jackson Cage is a great song.
Yeah, and definitely Bon Jovi influence, and then as you said, the harmonica solo.
And actually, speaking of
I would have
arena
liked
rock,
to hear a guitar solo in this. There's no guitar solo in this song.
no, it's
That's noted.
very, dude. You know what's funny? I just noticed that there really isn't much guitar solos. And again, Springsteen is interesting. You would think that, and don't get me wrong, he himself is a great player. He had Van Zant, who's lead
Oh yeah,
guitar,
yeah.
and then later on he hires Nils Lofgren. But
When I mean to cut you off, when does Van Zandt officially leave Bruce Springsteen?
after recording Born in the USA,
Did he tour with them on that?
a little bit, but that he was done. Springsteen had to get Nils in to fill his role.
Why did he leave? I know I don't want to jump ahead, but why would he leave the
Creative
at that?
differences. Van Zandt wanted these sounds, and Springsteen was notoriously difficult, whereas his way or the highway.
But
And
it's crazy to
Van
leave.
Zandt
Yeah.
himself is also a creative genius.
Oh,
So
he is, yeah.
so they had this
And
friction.
a great actor. Oh my God. What
Well,
do you went?
even on stage, he was the most flashiest. He ends up,
Yeah,
wearing like he looked like Johnny Depp. Like he looked like a
yeah,
pirate,
yeah,
in the best
yeah.
way. Like it's
Oh yeah, I love
um,
the solo
but it was
stuff.
because of creative differences, and that's why Springsteen made the song Bobby Jean.
Oh,
Sort of little bio while you're doing the Born in the USA. It was a song, even though he wouldn't admit it, but it's a song to his friend Van Zandt, little Stevie.
wow. And you just wonder, like, why would you leave during the greatest album you've ever
I'm telling you,
freaking
Van Zandt,
made?
it turned out to be artistic disagreements because Springsteen thought one way, and Van
Yeah.
Zandt was like too much of an ego, so he was like, yeah,
No, I get it. Being in bands my whole life, I was just talking, to cousin Jim about that. Once you get in bands, and there's always situations that break a band up, and that's always been. I've
yeah.
always been in those bands. It's always happened to me. So where are we now? We're at Two Hearts. We're almost
No,
done.
and I was gonna say before you begin Two Hearts, talk about arena rock. This is one of the most arena rockiest songs.
Oh yeah, leading. This was a good lead
And
up.
by the way, this is another, and I think it's yours too, one of my all-time favorites. Dude, this should have been a top 10. Um, I think it's one of Springsteen's most sharpest songwriting and poppiest too. Like it's so
It's
catchy.
amazing. Only a Hungry Heart was a top 10.
And it's interesting because Hungry Heart, don't get me wrong, it's odd. I love the song, but believe it or not, it's not my favorite. So I'm actually shocked that it became a top 10 in America.
Yeah.
You know, like, and don't get me wrong, Hungry Hearts itself is just whoa.
Oh,
Like
it's great. It's such a
when we
great
get
song.
there, our audience will see.
Yeah.
But Two Hearts is such an amazing song.
Yeah. So this is what I got out of it. Searching for a lover to make the world a better place. Now, um, so what do I have? Looking for all the wonderful things a lover and a couple can bring to each other. Two hearts are better than one. A girl whose heart is broken and she thinks she won't love again. It's
Yeah,
about finding
pain
that
from the
special.
past.
Yeah. It's about finding that special someone. I think that's my interpretation of that.
And again, Springsteen once again, it's very masculine because if you compare love songs of the time, give me a love song of the time, Cheech. Any love songs do you remember from the time?
Oh, from back then
That time when 1980 when Springsteen releases.
in 1980, all those soft rock songs like what was the one? You Are the Woman I Always Dreamed of by Firefall, my favorite classic rock song, or Dance with Me,
Hmm.
by Orleans, another favorite of mine. Silly love songs.
Oh,
You know,
well, that's my fair, and I know famously John Lennon hated it, but what I'm trying to get, the point I'm trying to make across is that Springsteen sings from this interesting, like, masculine perspective where
yeah, it's all about the
he,
guy being like brokenhearted, and it's coming from like Dance with Me. The guy wants to be my partner. Being my partner means be with me. You are the woman I always dreamed of. I knew it from the start. But does that woman give a shit about you? Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. He's not saying that in the song. Springsteen is like, I'm the masculine one. So I,
yeah, no, no, that's the point because even the way he sings, "Well, I was walking the other day," like the way he sings it, it's weird for our new audience
take a
out
look
there.
in the mirror.
Yeah, see a little girl crying along the way. Like he's singing like it's funny because if the younger generation will listen to this and maybe laugh,
Right.
I don't because I love the song, but it's so like gruff, and it's kind of corny because I'm gonna read it regular. I went out walking the other day, seen the little girl crying along the way. But then the way he sings it, it's like, no, she's been hurt so bad. And
Yeah.
I believe two hearts are better than one. And when you watch it live, he's screaming like two hearts are better than
Oh yeah. He
like
put so
it's
much
amazing.
passion into that. He was
Dude,
just,
such a great song. And the message is like you said, great, wonderfully said that
thank
trying to
you.
help this girl that has been brokenhearted, and saying, girl, like two hearts get the job done. Again, going back to the ties that bind, that wonderful idea of why love exists is to have two
Yeah.
hearts together as one. And kind of corny, but he's saying they get the job done, and two hearts are better than one.
Well, that's the point of not being lonely, to be
And
with
you've been
somebody.
in, well, you know about that.
Oh yeah,
And you know when, Cheech,
and also,
and you know when the two hearts are not one.
oh no, I know that, but also the good thing about two hearts being as one, the two financial hearts being as one, and that's a good thing.
Well, I
Y-
agree. I agree. And
because when you marry someone, you put your income together, and that's when the family starts. And
now, what do you think? Chase, do you think that's a good idea to have your income as one?
when you're married, yeah, when you're married, you know, before I was married, no, but I remember when I got married, my first, well, I was only married once in my mind, but my Zoe's my baby's mama was a financial genius, like so basically, I remember like before we got married, I had all this money, not, to me to a 32-year-old. whatever I had was a lot of money. I can do what I want. I could spend it. And then we got married, and she's like, okay, we're gonna have a budget now. So give me your paycheck. I'm gonna go in the bank, and then here's your $200 for the week. I'm like, what? Only $200 a week?
Well, Chief, wait, can I ask you a question? Now,
Yeah.
I will say, again, later Springsteen will sing about this because he sings from that masculine perspective. But
Yeah.
now what do you think? Is I feel like that, I don't know, like I know controversial, but I feel like man was meant to be free. Like I feel like when that happens, what do you think? Like, do you agree with that? Is that something that
Um,
you said yes, or
love
were
is
you forced
blind.
to?
Love is blind.
Right.
Love is blind. And at that time, we were investing money, and we had just bought a
Well,
co-op or a condo.
also, think about it. So devastating if, and you know this, without going too much detail, like if
Yeah.
it ends, right?
Oh yeah. In the end, the money you spend on divorces, divorce lawyers, it's
Okay,
like,
you and Bobby have to sing a Springsteen song about this and Potter's.
it's just like, so, it's good. Two hearts financially. Marriage is a partnership for many
Mhm.
things, for
Yeah,
being in love, finding your soulmate, being a
it's it's
parent.
it's it's in Genesis.
Yeah. And it's also, in this day and age, it's a financial thing because you
Yep,
put your income together.
you survive.
It's hard to make it on your own, with one income. So that was the cool thing when I was married, we made a shit ton of money, and especially the temple, pre after what he did yesterday. We won't get into it. Everyone in the news knows what he did. Pre
What's funny? His code name will be AI Overlord.
Yeah, AI Pazuzu Overlord. We used to have a nice man with the last name of M and end with E. He gave us stock options. So I would get $7,000 in my stocks, and I can cash
Mm.
that shit out like every 3 years. So I made a shit ton of money
And that
working.
doesn't exist. And also throwing out, I'm gonna making an acronym, GS, gain S.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh
Remember-
yeah, 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 yeah,
That was
yeah.
another thing too. I remember when I started working at the temple, I got a taste of that.
Yeah,
And I said, whoa, like, where did this come from?
yeah. And the thing is, when you work like in a grocery store, do you ever expect to make $7,000 in one day? I mean, I knew this kid Fabio who he left the temple, and he became a millionaire because he was in the Bitcoin and stuff. So he was my advisor. So he said to me, stocks are going. They gave us 40 shares at $125 a share. And I didn't know shit about this. I'm like, what? And my dad's like, oh man, you just got a great job. You got stocks. So Fabio would be like, dude, tomorrow you call up the company and you just do what you want, invest it. But I took it out. I was like, fuck this. So I would leave enough in there that I have so it could rise again. But I took out maybe $16,000. I made 16 grand off the temple. And I'm gonna say in the Mackey years,
No.
I'm just gonna
And,
throw it out there. In
and
the
it's
Mackey,
crazy how Pazuzu took that away.
yeah. Mackey he cared about the temple
His
workshop.
employees.
We're gonna rant and rave on
I
this, but
know,
like,
I know. I don't know if you want to put the lid on this before it gets worse,
yeah,
but
but anyway, we had so many good things with the GS, and if you're an old school temple head and they're there and they remember the game
yo, people are gonna
the
think
stuff.
we're in some Scientology cult.
Yeah, we're not. We're not. This is a code name for a place we spend a lot of time and we make money. Um, but imagine that, making 15 grand off
Dude, it's
of a
crazy.
grocery store in one day,
Yeah,
because of a great man named John
he
Mackey.
was. Yeah.
It really was. Okay. So we got that down. No more, no more. Sorry, Joe Silkman on the tent. I know we're going on the tents and the rants, but hey, it's a Cheech and Manny show.
That's what we
This is,
do.
we go in with the song. we're like the Allman Brothers. We have a song, and then who know or Cream.
Oh, no,
We don't know
the
where
Allman
it's
Brothers
going.
is better because then we go on a 30-minute excursion.
Exactly. Like we don't know where it's going. We have a basis of the song. Manny's jamming, I'm jamming. Then we improv. That's the beauty of this, you
And
know.
we'll be like, which part of the song did we write here? Where are we?
Exactly. We got, well, that would happen. I was in jam bands. We would be jamming,
You
and we're like,
know it. You know
and,
it.
and we're like, fuck. How do we get back into the chorus and look at the drummer? Da, 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 da,
And
da.
then the drummer will lead you back. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And he does in Bruce Springsteen. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
But once I spent time playing tough guy
Love it.
scenes.
Bruce fucking rules, man.
Bruce
So
does, bro.
anyway,
That's why he's the boss.
he really is. And I think, I mean, I'm sorry. As much as I love Rush and I love Maiden, who does 4-hour fucking shows like every fucking night on
I
tour
I would
without
be
dropping
honest with
dead?
you.
I,
Springsteen,
I
dude,
mean,
he is the true musician. He loves his fans. He gives you your money's worth, especially in these rising Ticketmaster prices that we
oh
talked about.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I went to see him actually on one more tangent. I saw him live a couple of years ago in New Jersey, right? His hometown.
That's great. Yeah,
MetLife, dude, one of the best concerts, and my boy's like 70 years old.
yeah.
I
I saw a
mean,
video of him watching himself when he was young. You ever see that video? He
oh
was on.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
funny.
and by the way, it's sad because this is a problem with like humans and aging, but dude, if you see watch his young performances around this time.
Oh man,
Dude, this dude
nobody,
is like
nobody was like that. Full of
no.
energy. Crowd
And
loved
his
him.
presence was great. And again, it's kind of I love our boys Rush. Always will love them.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
But stage wise, a little scary. I mean,
yeah,
Getty
yeah,
wasn't the
yeah, yeah,
most he was, and mind you, there would be sort of like the box, while
yeah, yeah,
Springsteen
yeah.
would be the Mozart.
Exactly, exactly.
He's a hand. He was, if you saw him, he was handsome, well dressed.
Yeah,
He had total control of what his
he's
band.
the entertainer with the
Yeah,
songs.
and that's what he said. He wanted to be the equivalent, like of James Brown, like
Exactly. You could
it's
see
the
that.
Bruce Springsteen E Street and the E Street band. And it's my
Yeah.
band, and
And
I,
and
and it
thank
works.
God. Thank God we had him because not to go on a tangent, there's no more. There's no more Bruce Springsteen.
No, sadly, if you're out there, we
Over.
need another Springsteen. But at this moment, nope. We have Greta Van Fleet.
I want to hear your impression of him one of these
Dude,
days.
I'm not even gonna.
It's
Dude, I was
fucking
watching a video. Well, first Robert Plant. Let's talk. Just quick. No one more tangent. When we're done. Robert
and I
Plant,
hate his face expressions. He's like,
dude. He's like, "Hey, mama."
it's like if you got Robert Plant and
So bad.
you know
And
what it
mind
sounds. You know what he sounds like if Buffalo Bill was torturing Robert Plant.
it puts the lotion in the basket.
Ed Gein gets a hold of Robert Plant and he's torturing
Dude,
him.
it is
That's what the
so
dude
bad.
sounds like.
But
But
I will say, like,
the band is good. I mean,
no,
as
no,
a
no.
band,
The guitar pro looks cool on the bass. It's just that,
yeah,
and again, I mean, listen, shout out to them. They're doing their thing, but when you compare, just one more tangent, like Plant, right? Now, again,
yeah,
I'm not a singer, but Plant. First of all, dude, I wanted when I first saw Plant. I mean, he looks kind of fruity now, I guess, but when you see him, dude,
yeah.
he's like, like
Oh yeah, yeah.
masculine. He was known as, I
Oh
think his
God,
nickname was, what was his nickname? The Sun God or something? Like
Golden God.
the
He was the Golden
Golden
God.
God. Even my
Yeah.
father saw him in Guatemala. Dude, those curls. He literally looked like divine, which is crazy. But
Yeah, he was like from another world.
no,
And,
and
and
when he sang,
Jimmy Page was from another world too. So
dude, and
imagine
no, I saw
those
Jimmy
guys.
Page on performances. I first saw, and yeah, man, I was in high school and I saw Stairway to Heaven. And I saw
Oh,
Jimmy Page in that great outfit. I wanted it, and it's kind of weird. One wouldn't dress like that, but I
yeah.
was looking at them. I was like, "Yo, you guys are the coolest dudes I've ever seen."
Oh
And
yeah.
the way Plant sings is like, hey mom, I said the way you move gonna make you, like it's
Yeah.
great. It's weird, it's kind of cringe, but at the same time though, no one's saying like Plant, like he
No, no, no.
so
He was the
when you have
greatest.
someone like Greta or Greta Van Fleet, Here's the difference. Look, it's like let me do Rolling Dog. Like Rolling Dog is like hey mom, I said the way you move. Even the lyrics are cool. And the say you move, I'm gonna make
Yeah,
you groove.
yeah. Oh, and it comes in. Yeah, it's classic.
Hell yeah, man! Like it's so cool, right? Greta
Yeah.
Van Fleet is like, hey mama, the way.
It's like he's being fucking tortured or something.
It's
He's
bad.
like,
And actually, and then one more. I'll do one more impression. Geddy Lee and
yeah,
Rush, right? Like you would think, oh, but wait a minute, Geddy sounds like that. No, not really, because Geddy sings in that great high nasally, like high. I think
exactly.
it's high tenor. So for
Yeah,
example, like you see songs like Free Will, right? Like where he's
yeah,
kind of singing on that. He kind of subdued it, but he's like,
yeah.
um, when he sings like there are those who feel that they've been down, like, but it's
Yes.
great. It works with Getty.
It almost
But
says Dylan. It's a Dylan thing almost too.
yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no
yeah,
more.
yeah.
And I love Dylan's also like way he does it. Dude, that's one of the most like Dylan's voice has been parodied, but dude, it's actually hard to sing like him, which is
And
weird.
Dylan's singing. That's his natural voice. He's not forcing that make believe. But it
No,
sounds
what's funny?
like the guy in Greta Van Fleet is like and doing an impression of.
And it's cringe, dude. And it's funny because yeah, I sent you that video and.
Oh, I couldn't take it. I was like,
Dude,
oh
I was
no.
like, who actually, I hate to say this, but I'm sorry, Greta Van Fleet fans, I just can't. I tried listening to their music, but
No,
dude,
I
maybe
couldn't.
they lack soul. I don't know, but
No,
it's
the problem with them is they came out at a good time when we needed a young, good, strong rock band. But then after the second song, you're like, wait, this
but
sounds
the
like the first
problem is
song.
the Strokes already did that, and I'm gonna do an impression of Julian Casablancas.
Yeah.
Last night she said, and he's kind of screaming too, but he makes it
Yeah.
so effortless and
But
cool.
he's cool. He's like Lou Reed. He's bringing back that
So
New York
Greta,
thing.
not cool. Well,
No.
actually, also, you would think that Brian Johnson wouldn't work. Like Becky in Black. I hate the song, but the way he does it's cool.
Genius. The
Like,
guy's just
dude, I hate
amazing.
to admit this. Like,
I
so you
love
would
it
wonder why doesn't it work for Greta Van Fleet?
because it's been done already.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to phrase
And
like
by the
Robert.
way, did you see the way they're dressed? I'm just like, guys, oh gosh, stop.
And it's like he
Oh,
looks
and by
like
the
he
way,
should
you know
be.
who else sings like that? Jack White. Ain't no baby coming, don't mind mine. Like he has this weird. It's
I
funny. I
will.
don't know why rock singers. I think they're copying Plant. I think it all comes back to
Oh, it
that.
all comes from that. Yeah, I won't say anything about him. I've said enough about him. I've said enough about him that I actually like him now. You know, maybe I'll end up liking Greta Van Fleet. Van Fleet. if we, he looks like he should be in the movie The Warriors the way he's
Dude,
dressed.
dude. Warriors. Greta Van Fleet come out
He
to
looks like the fucking
play.
guy. You know what I mean? I
He
don't know.
puts the lotion in the basket.
Torturing Robert Plant. It's the Ed Gein is torturing Robert Plant. That's Greta Van Fleet.
Oh gosh,
Sorry, Joe.
dude,
I know Joe's like,
Robert Plant's
what? What's
rolling in
going
his
on?
grave. I mean,
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry. No, Robert Plant. I'm sorry. No. Robert Plant is just cringing
Oh,
when
he is. He is. They played it for him. They
I
played it.
know, I know,
I,
I know.
I've
Silky
seen
Joe. I
the
think
video.
he likes the band. I'm not Joe. Don't let me put words in your mouth, but it's all good fun. I just sent Cheech a video, and for me, it was just so funny because I can't take it
Couldn't
seriously.
take it. I couldn't take his face and his movements like Plant. Like, you know,
So,
like
dude, it's so robotic.
because Plant had that natural movement. This guy's
He
just kind of
did.
like,
He did.
you
Yeah,
know,
he's just like a robot. He doesn't even
yeah.
move the because Plant would kind of like be and it's kind of weird. It had some flamboyant androgyny to it, which
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
reading. A lot of these rock stars had that
Oh, they
androgyny.
all did. Ian
And by the
Gillan,
way,
you
the
know.
one that kind of killed that, there were two singers that come to mind. The Americans, Bruce Springsteen and Billy
Yeah,
Joel. They
yeah,
were more
yeah. Oh, yeah.
masculine, more
They brought
rough and
back
tough. And
masculinity.
if
Yeah,
anything, the California singers were a little fruity. If anything.
yeah.
The rock
Yeah. But I
Dude,
think
look at Ambrosia. I don't know if Ambrosia were English, but
I,
dude, they look so lame.
I know, I know.
The,
I was gonna say something about Greta Van Fleet again. I lost my train of thought. If you want to see a real, all right, some people might say this about Whitesnake, like Dave Coverdale want to sound like Plant, but you know what? he sounded like David Coverdale.
I disagree.
I mean,
David Copperfield,
Coverdale,
no,
like,
he has
he's
a
Coverdale.
great,
He has a baritone. You know,
yeah,
I love
I love
Coverdale.
that blues baritone,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he's everything. But they did compare him to Plant in a good way, not in
Yeah,
a great.
yeah, songs like In the Still of the Night, but again, but the
Yeah,
way Whitesnake did it was, yes, they like In the Still of the Night, but the
yeah.
difference is that he had a great baritone, like,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it worked. Like it sounded muscular, and if anything, maybe it's a mix of Plant and Springsteen
And
mixing.
he's very different than Plant because Plant didn't
Oh,
have really a baritone too much.
no, 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 no. He had a high voice. Even it's
Yeah,
odd. Even when he sings on songs, I'm talking about Plant on "Going to California," right? Look
yeah,
at my mind, and he's trying to sing that man,
yeah, yeah,
and the man, and then he hits out like,
yeah.
like, and a lot of critics like critique him. Actually, that's why they don't like Plant. By the way, his voice. A lot of people
Yeah.
didn't. A lot of critics,
No, because
and
it's
again,
different.
whatever. Screw the critics, but they
Yeah.
didn't like Plant for that reason.
If you want to see a band that sounds like Zeppelin, go back to the 80s, 1988,
Listen
and
to Greta Van Fleet.
listen to Kingdom Come. They
Yep,
were a band, they came
I
out and
remember you talking about them.
they really sounded like Zeppelin, but they did it in their own way that it wasn't a fucking joke. It wasn't a parody. It
Yep,
was real, it was good,
yep.
and it was accepted. You could even say that about Zebra. The band Zebra, they sound a lot like Led Zeppelin, but they're original.
Mm.
That's the difference. You have to be original when you sound like Led Zeppelin, you know?
Dude,
I,
that's a
I
dude.
don't want to.
If you rip it off, dude, you risk on just being a
If you
parody.
rip off
Like,
Zeppelin, do it with originality, like Zebra. Or I'm not saying they ripped them off. Were influenced by Kingdom Come. Might have ripped them off, but it was still original. It was still
yeah.
original. You
Well,
know.
it's crazy, and for us rock fans, like we'll tell when you're like ripping.
Oh
Man, I
yeah.
hear it. That's why Greta doesn't work.
No.
Um, in a way, I will say the darkness was critiqued of this, and I could kind of see it, like the darkness, but at the same time, but they put their own
I
spin on
love the dark. I
it.
love the darkness. There was the singer's weird,
No, no,
but
remember the singer? I believe in a thing called love. Like he did
he
this
was like,
weird.
well, he ripped off Tiny Tim. You know Tiny
Oh,
Tim?
I didn't know that.
If you
No,
look up
no.
Tiny Tim walking through the tulips or something, tiptoeing through the tulips,
Mm.
that's what he kind of reminded me of. I don't know why, but they reminded me of bands like Sweet or Slade. They
You're
had
right.
that.
No, no,
They had
no.
that
And they try. That's like you got it. So they try to rip off the Led Zeppelin sound with added those. I
the
think they were
glam, the
glam rock.
glam rock. Yeah, they did it. The darkness was good,
You're right. You're
and,
right.
and
Where they didn't take themselves too seriously. They dressed
no,
flamboyant.
yeah,
But their sound was tough. Like
and I'll
lean.
throw another band at you, Jet. Jet came out,
Oh, well, they actually
everybody
talk
away.
about that's an example of them doing Led Zeppelin and like blues rock right. Like
Yeah,
where the singer was multi-talented. If anything,
amazing,
his soft songs.
amazing. Yeah. And you
Yep,
talk about like the Strokes, Jet, the Darkness, they all came out around the same time. There was
yep,
a
yep,
nice scene in
yep.
music, and was it 98, 99? No, maybe a little later,
Oh, a little
2000.
later, I would say like early
Yeah,
2000s.
early 2000s. There was
Yeah.
that's a great movement of music. The
And Are You
Strokes.
Gonna Be My
Yeah.
Girl is like a spiritual sequel to Black Dog, but it's
Oh,
done
yeah.
right. Are you gonna be my girl then? And then like the rip is amazing.
The
Like,
best
hey
songs
you, then
like
nothing I want to do. Like
check out a song
great.
called Cold Heart Bitch by Jet. It's phenomenal. Great band. Anyway, back to this guy.
Back to Springsteen, The River.
We'll be back after these
We'll
messages.
be
Yeah,
back. And we're back.
we're back. Bruce Springsteen. Although we don't have time to do commercials tonight, but that was our commercial for 80s millennial rock and
Well,
70s.
yeah, we just went on this rant, and I'm gonna try to. I gotta put chapters on our videos, so I know Joe will get a kick out of this, and
Yeah.
all our fans out there. And I'm sorry we pissed you off, Greta Van Fleet. Greta Van Fleet, also the band name, really.
I
Greta.
mean, I respect them because they're kids
Yes, yes.
playing
I
music.
respect what you do. And
good.
oh, this is good fun. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I don't know about
definitely
that.
if you're gonna copy Led Zeppelin, just be careful. Be inspired by them, but don't try to be Plant. You can't be Plant.
No, nobody could. So let's do this movie. I'm losing my mind. This song. Um, nice drum intro.
Yeah,
Great pop rock
the
song.
drumming intro is nice.
It's really nice.
And I think I
Uh,
hear keyboards, Cheech, right? In
yeah,
the background.
yeah. That's where I'm coming now. Nice synthesizers. Great radio song. Great chorus. Very catchy. Great hit. The chorus is a fast tempo, very 80s drum sound. The bass is too low in the mix. That's my only problem with this song. They should have
Yeah,
raised the bass.
I will be honest with you. In a lot of these songs, the bass is very low,
Yeah,
which is
and that's
which
because
is kind of strange.
they made everything kind of bleed. Sometime when you play with all those instruments and you're not really dividing them up into tracks, you're gonna lose something, and you don't lose bass. You feel the bass. You lose notes. And a good example of that, I'm not going to get into this, is Metallica and Justice for All, where it's so perfectly engineered and layered, but the bass is sort of rumble, like, but you don't hear the notes.
Hmm.
Um, Great fast tempo, great bridge intro into the song. Um, it sounds like it could be in an 80s movie. The chorus
I
is
agree.
the
Like like those classic '80s montage scenes.
Yeah, the chorus is doubled. Great drum fills at the end, and once again, no guitar solo in this song.
Yeah, that's a common thing. Yeah, you know what's funny? I just noticed that
Yeah.
there
Well,
really are no guitar solos.
yeah. Now, this one we might get into trouble with because this one.
Independence Day. This is one of his poetic
So we'll
masterpieces.
probably, this would be. I would like to do these. Break down each side instead of doing like a marathon on it. So, we can end with Independence Day. We'll do
I agree,
each
because this
album
one's
side.
gonna probably take us to the conclusion because
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about this song, and I'll be honest with you, I read somewhere that Springsteen, if he wasn't a musician, he would have been one of the great American authors. And just this song alone, you know, it I said this to you, it joins the ranks of Cat in the Cradle and Father and Son,
Mhm.
like these songs that just are about fatherhood and
Yeah. Yeah.
sons, and the day that the son must depart the father because they can't, be in the same house anymore. And
Yeah.
it's great because there's not much songs like this.
No,
You know?
there's no, I mean, the Temple's been playing some of these songs, but like there's no emotional songs about father and son. Like you name the Cat Stevens and you name the Harry Chapin. I'm trying to think of more. There is more, but I can't think of, like, I wish somebody would write one. That'd be a good father and son song. But there's not a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Well, that father and son theme is, I feel like it's there's a lot of songs about like daughter and father. I
Yeah,
feel maybe, but
like
father and
your
son is
boy,
something.
your boy. What's his name? The guitar player.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, John. Oh, man, we're gonna get into trouble. John Mayer, dude, daughters. I feel like I remember when I was in sixth grade. One more tangent. But when I was in sixth grade, so Cheech and I were talking about John Mayer. How
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say the word I called him, but um,
yeah,
he's interesting. His song called "Daughters" was one of the first folk songs I heard, I guess, or acoustic.
yeah,
I
yeah. He
didn't
was like a
realize how
Dylan.
weird this song is. 'Cause this is this
It's
dude
odd.
talking to the girl's father, and it's like, daughters be like you don't fire, like, and even the way he sings and the video's creepy too. It's creepy. Um,
He's a hell of a guitar player now. Like
well,
he went and he
he is.
played with
I
the
I feel
Dead and
like
stuff.
he needs to. I don't know. Like his songs are okay,
He's a
but
better guitar player than he is, in my
he is.
opinion,
I didn't even know
singer-songwriter.
I didn't even know he was a good guitar
Oh,
player
he
because
smokes on the guitar. He had a great like solo trio blues rock thing with Pino Palladino, I think, who played bass, who played with me and Mark at the Temple. Were talking about this. Mark sent me something about D'Angelo, who passed away.
oh
He had
yes, yes,
Charlie Hunter and Pino Palladino on his
yeah.
album. Um,
Yeah, no, but the song
so
"Daughters" is just funny. It's like, daughters be good. to your dog, like fathers, like it's what a weird
I couldn't
song,
stand.
but
I couldn't stand it. I couldn't. When that came out, I
no.
was. And he had another shitty song too, um, about a girl and
Your
her.
body is a wonderland. Like,
Yeah,
dude, it's so
really. What are you
cringe.
saying? Why don't you just come out and say what you really
Yeah,
want to
just
say?
like John
Come
Mayer,
on,
like shut up and just come
just
out.
come out like Motley
Like,
Crue and just be like,
oh, oh,
you know,
baby, I'm waiting on the world to change. Like, dude, it's
just
cringe.
say, just be Nikki Sixx and go 10 seconds to love. Then I'll
Just come
respect
on, just
you.
yeah, come out and say
You
it.
know.
But yeah,
But anyway,
Independence Day.
yeah.
No, it's not about the 4th of July.
But people could get tricked because he
Yeah.
loved the book. That's where if you studied Bruce and you're thinking of the book, what is it's called on Born on the
Born on
Fourth
the
of July.
4th of July, which I saw the
You're like,
movie, amazing.
yeah, and who's the guy who wrote it? The guy who it's about.
Oh, who was the guy?
I
I think it was
forget.
like Joe something.
Malik.
Well, Terrence Malick directed. No, no, I'm sorry. What am I saying? No,
Uh,
Oliver Stone directed. And by the way, he was a Vietnam War vet too. But
yeah.
and I think he directed
Oh,
Platoon.
Terrence Malick. I think it's the actual guy, right?
No, no, no. That's a director of Badlands.
Oh, duh. I'm getting everything. All right, forget me. Anyway, you could get mixed up because Born on the Fourth of
No,
July, and he talks about that as his favorite
no.
book.
And you know what's crazy? When I first heard this song many years ago, I thought it was about America and like and the fourth. And then I'm hearing the
Yeah,
lyrics. I'm like, wait, Papa,
right,
go to
right.
bed now. It's getting late. I'm like, wait, where is the signing of the
Yeah,
Declaration and
I know.
what's going on here? Oh, he's talking about another Independence Day, the day that the son must leave the father.
Yeah, and this is what I got. It's
Yeah.
about a father and son who just they can't get along, and they live in the same house. They never agree on anything. They just continue to fight every day. So it's time for the son to leave. It's a sad private song. He gets his independence away from his father. It's about struggle to break free with freedom, pain, resilience, responsibility, very emotional, a relationship coming to an end. Or does it come to an end, or did he stop talking to his dad?
Ooh, what do you want like the real life story or the first focus on the lyrics?
Well, in life, did he
No,
speak
he
to?
didn't stop talking to him,
Okay.
but he had this. And again, it's actually odd because it was this time where the past was coming to haunt him, and that's why in Nebraska he has songs like "Used Cars," "My Father's House," where and "The Mansion on the Hill," which is one of the most beautiful. It's so underrated
Yeah.
because he was conflicted about his dad because his dad he saw as his hero, but at the same time hurt him
Yeah. Yeah.
and really didn't make an effort to understand him when he was young and also was the product of the working man of the time, the product of the Irish alcoholics, hard workers, rough and
Yeah.
gruff, didn't know how to express themselves, and also a life that perhaps wasted because he spent his time smoking, being
Yeah.
alone, drinking, and working the
Yeah.
factories.
Yeah.
Um, so it's kind of sad,
It's
but
that the father was miserable. He came home.
in a way, yeah, and you kind of see that in
Was
the
he a
movie.
veteran? Was he a veteran?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so he probably had some shell shock in him, you
No,
know.
and if you listen to the live versions of the song, he goes through the story. One of the best intros is I think it's on the Born in the USA tour, and you'll get a sense of why he wrote this song, and it's dedicated to his father. And it's hard because again, he loves his father, always viewed him as a hero. He wanted his father to say, "Great job, son. I love you,
Yeah,
son." Never heard it from him.
right.
And the movie shows you that where I'm not spoiling anything because I mean I don't know if people are gonna go watch it. At the end of the movie, you see Bruce coming off a dynamic set. He's sweating. He came and speak. His father's in the back room, and his father tells him, "Son, sit on my lap." And mind you, this is like a 20 year, not a
Yeah,
little kid Springsteen. And Springsteen, Dad, no, sit on my lap. And Dad's aging. He really aged badly. And he tells him, I'm proud of you. And Springsteen starts crying because he's never heard this
This
from him.
is real. This is real or added in the movie?
It's real, one of the very real moments, and it's sad because his father also was mentally ill for the longest time. What
Yeah.
made him mentally ill, I'm not sure, but this song,
Excuse me. Oh boy,
this
hope I'm
song
not
is
getting
like a
cold.
forced Independence Day, and you know, and it's
That's emotional. What you said.
I
That is deep.
oh,
That's
dude,
like,
I always cry with this song because it makes me think of my dad, and like, you know,
yeah,
and again, we've been having fun and games, so we'll end at this kind of sad, somber note, but.
yeah,
By the way, one of the most beautiful vocals you'll ever hear. You know, you can
yeah,
hear Springsteen almost on the verge of tears, where he say, Papa, go to bed now. It's getting late. Nothing we can say is gonna change anything now. It's the day he's
yeah,
leaving. Very similar to
yeah.
Cat Stevens' father and son.
Oh God, yeah,
Uh, he says, I'll be leaving in the morning from St. Mary's Gate. And even says we wouldn't change this thing even if we could somehow. So Springsteen would love to, but they can't.
yeah,
Nothing you
yeah,
can do. And then because the darkness of this house has got the best of us, there's a darkness in this town that got us too. Those themes from Darkness on the Edge of Town.
yep,
And now in the movie, Springsteen's childhood home becomes a source of great emotional pain because of what he experienced. And again, that's why he has the songs My Father's House, which if you hear in Nebraska, is sort of like a spiritual sequel to this.
right,
Um,
right,
and we talked about this. You can watch on Nebraska for our fans out there. And he says, but they can't touch me now, right? So Springsteen chose music, and he says, the darkness can't touch me now, and he even says, you can't touch me now, you.
right, right, yeah,
Um, they ain't gonna do to me what I watched them do to you. So he's looking. It's always that idea of the son looking at his father and not wanting to be like him. The only difference, if I can throw in Cats in the Cradle, is that the mirror image is that he became his father, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's horrific. It's like I become my father. So Springsteen said, I'm not doing that.
yeah.
And
He
then
did
he
the
sings.
opposite.
He says, say goodbye, it's Independence Day. It's Independence Day all down the line. And says, just say goodbye, it's Independence Day. It's Independence Day this time. So it's like
Yeah,
that idea of Independence Day. It's time to say goodbye and
yeah,
not look back. And in the song, he goes into more details of the sad relationship that he had. And then universally, when a son doesn't have a good relationship with their father, it's devastating.
yeah,
What do?
yeah,
You have to leave.
yeah.
It's a beautiful song, and there's so much great lines. But geez, what do you think about the song? Like, what comes in your head?
I mean, it gets emotional to me because, being a father, loving my
Mm,
father, thank God, I'm not in this situation like that, or even like the guy in the Cats in the Cradle who wasn't there for his kid, and then he wants to be there for his kid when he's older, but he's like, Dad, we know the story of that song. So it just makes me feel lucky, that I had a great childhood with my father, and
yeah,
and
same.
I'm giving my daughter the best possible love in the world. Like, today was payday, and I have no more money. I took her shopping. You know what I mean? Like, I just love this kid, so much. So, um, but I, as a father, you don't want to see them grow up. I don't. You know what I
It,
mean?
no, and that's what's funny. Just to pause on that thought, Springsteen was forced to grow up because of what he saw,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
his
yeah,
father clearly was hindering him
yeah.
in a way. And so I love what you said there because Springsteen always had this in a way he never grew up and he struggled in his relationships, which kind of explains why he's saying so much
Oh,
about this.
when you have parental issues, you're always gonna have relationship issues.
Hmm.
It's always a girl's always looking for the dad,
The
the
father figure, which Young
yeah,
talks about. Yeah.
and then the man is looking for the perfect, and maybe it's an Oedipus Rex kind of thing. You're looking for
Mm,
that perfect mate. Oh, she looks like my mom. She cooks like my mom. She acts like my
mm.
mom. There's always you want to find someone like your mom. You know what I mean? Um, but it's you want to have a stable family so so you can have a normal relationship, and so and that's important. That's important to find that right one that's pretty stable.
Yeah. No, I
So,
agree. And it's sad because Springsteen struggled with that. And you can read it more in his
yeah,
book. And
yeah,
I mean, musically, the song is stark. It sounds echoey in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Very beautiful acoustic picking.
Yeah,
Nice.
no, I got the music
And
on.
you're gonna talk about the music, yeah,
Yeah.
but I love these lines. Like now, I don't know what it was with us. We chose the words because they used to curse at each other and yell.
Yeah.
And yeah, we drew the lines. There was just no way this house could hold the two of us. I guess we were just too much of the same kind, right?
Yeah.
So Springsteen recognized that there's something of of his father in him.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
these kind of two personalities, and again, Springsteen describes this. He always felt like his dad was out to get him, like
Yeah.
he was and he describes it this way, like very Freudian, where he says that in a way he thought that his father resented him because he took his mother's love away from him.
Yeah.
So he felt that there was some resentment there, so
Right. Right.
psychologically, right? So again, Springsteen as a boy says, I have to go. And he even says in the song here, um, great, look at this juxtaposition. Well, say goodbye, it's
Yeah.
Independence Day. All boys must run away come Independence Day.
Yeah. You gotta move your car. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know, I know.
So say goodbye, it's Independence Day, and then all men, and then he changes from voice to men, all men must make their way come Independence Day. So it's
Yeah.
like, a boy that had forced to grow up.
Yeah, yeah. It's so true, you know. But it's the hardest thing to see them grow up. Like
Eh,
that's where I'm at right now. Like I'm
Well, I
like,
don't know how I can only imagine what you're feeling. I get the feeling when I look at my siblings and I look at, do you know
yeah.
what's devastating? Home videos, old
Oh
photos.
God.
Dude, I can only imagine my dad also like it is devastating. I saw this little picture of my little sister and I look at her
Yeah.
now change and there's something sad about it.
Yeah, because you were there when they were little, and that little kid now is now grown up to be a wonderful, beautiful person in the world, and that's something to be proud of, you know. But there's something about, for me, like as a father, you never let go. You never let go.
No.
But like you wish they could
But
be
do
little
you
forever.
know what's the sad part? That parents have to let go, right?
Yeah, I know, I know, I
That
know.
that's like the sad heart thing. And but it's funny, but Springsteen is
Oh, wait a
very
second. Ed Gein's mother didn't let go. No, I'm just kidding.
well, that explains a lot. All right, parents, you heard it here. Let go of your kids, or they're gonna become Ed Geins.
I tell you, I dropped her off.
Dude,
My daughter.
wasn't Dahmer a father's boy too?
Oh, he was. Cats in the cradle in the Elvis.
Dude, dude, I think we just discovered a psychological
But
thing here.
but Dahmer's father wanted to kill too. That's one of the things. But his ego and it were
Right,
really controllable, you know.
right.
Like my kid Saturday night, she called me. She's like, I need a ride to White Plains. I'm gonna hang out with my friends. Yeah, no problem. I'll come and get you. We're hanging out for a little bit. Then I'm waiting, for her friends to come. I'm like, all right, I'll drop you off and stuff. But please don't call. You don't be embarrassed. Just text me that your friends are there. I worry. And if you don't, I'm gonna get all Ed Gein's on you, Ed Gein's mother on you right now. I'm gonna turn to Ed Gein's mother. And, of course, the sweet kid she is, she texted me and everything, but you still worry. Thank God my kid is such a good kid. Thank God. So. But you know what I don't like now? AI is doing this thing where you could get a picture of a loved one that passed, or your kid as a baby, and it turns into life. I mean,
It's creepy.
like me and cousin Jim were talking about doing it for visions because it would be cool.
Right,
Like
right. And you could do that.
we'll have our old picture of young Cheech and us in visions, and then put the music to it, make a video out of it, using AI.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's and I would use I would use AI for that. But I don't, like, if I seen my little kid, with the bottle looking up and then it comes to life, I'd be like, oh my God. And it does come to life too. I don't know if you have it on the smartphone, when you see a picture and you press on it and it turns into a video.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
Yeah, that's the way on the iPhone, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
no,
have
because
I
what
have
it
old
does is that it'll take a picture and then you hit on it and you can see it took a
yeah.
video too. A picture
So I
and a
have
video.
I have some of that with her now, and I'll hit on it. I'll see the little voice will come out, and I just like, oh my God, where'd the years go? You know. Youth is wasted on the young. Who said that? A great philosopher, you know.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what you gotta going back to, dreaming. Keep dreaming, you know?
Oh yeah, dreaming.
Yeah.
Keep your dreams alive. What is the quote? Oh God, if I could think of it right now. World is uh, the world is full of kings and queens to blind your eyes and still your dreams.
Mm.
Great Ronnie James Dio, and
Mm.
that applies at the temple every day. Now, anyway, sad opening keyboards, nice chord progression, 12-string guitar. The picking is so good. You forget how good of a picker this guy is, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Great story, as we said, great vocals, emotional, nice chorus, very sad song, powerful sax solo. Once again,
Yeah. Na, 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 na,
very
na.
melodic, emotional sax solo, nice
Na, na, na,
keyboard.
na. Yeah, it's like na 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 na
And
na.
then the
Like,
solo fades out, you know. So it's
yeah.
just beautiful, beautiful song. It's
And the
amazing.
vocals, Springsteen is actually fantastic. And it
Yeah,
sounds like a lost country song.
it does. It has that country vibe, you know.
I love the chorus too, like, say goodbye, it's Independence Day. And you can hear him
Oh,
about to
oh
cry in the
yeah,
song.
it's amazing, man. It's so, and I love that scene. Oh my God, my back. When we do these sessions, I feel like an old man.
Talk about the um youth wasted on what you
What was that?
the wasted on the youth.
Oh God, I know. I wish I had my 20-year-old back again. Oh God. But it's funny, like it used to be we'd freeze up. Now I start to feel the sciatic nerve saying, I think it's time
uh
to end the podcast. Jeez.
I think that's the cue. But I think on the next part, so this is part one, and
Yeah,
this is a monster. We only covered
it was.
already,
We
dude. We
we
only
did
did
the
like 3 songs. How many songs is it?
no, we did the first side. The way I want to
Oh,
do it
you're
is
right, because this is a
yeah.
double album.
Yeah, the next side is 6 songs. The
It's
last
Hungry
one.
Heart, Out in the Street, Crush on You, which by the way, Out in the Street, Crush on You are like great,
Oh
fast. You can
yeah.
look, but better not touch. I Want to Marry You, and then the other epic song, The
The
River.
river, which is my favorite
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So
But I will
yeah,
say, yeah, the
man.
Independence Day, this song always made me cry. Like I have this great ability to like feel the emotion of the song. Like I remember
Me
when,
too.
and it reminded me not my relationship with my father, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna mention too many details. But I knew somebody that had this troubled relationship with their dads, and I couldn't
Yeah.
understand why. Like
Yeah.
I don't
I,
understand it.
I mean, we've talked about this on other shows and stuff, but when you're young, are like, oh God, I hate my parents. I'm thinking like,
Well,
why?
dude,
Why?
think about no, dude, think about how devastating that is. And I even to this day, I am sad if I said anything hurtful like that to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
mom and dad when they were the greatest. Like
yeah.
now I see them, and what's sad, and I wonder if your kid would feel this. And you look great, Cheech, for your age, but
Oh, thank you. I
I
appreciate
see
that.
my dad aging, and for me, it's sad. And when I hear Springsteen saying, "Papa, go to bed now. It's getting late," like
Yeah.
that is
Well, it becomes the classic story is the son becomes the father.
right.
You reverse roles
Right, right.
as they age, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I
You know,
love that. And
you
again,
know.
you could reject it, you could accept it. I feel like people need to learn to accept it.
Yeah.
The only problem is that if your dad was a serial killer and you're a serial killer,
I
you
don't
wake up in
know.
the mirror and you're like Michael Myers, like
And there are like I was watching the Ted Bundy, not Ted Bundy, Gacy. He's got kids. They're probably my age. You know, like I mean, God, you must. I don't think he had any biological kids. They were always through marriage and stuff. But like, just to be associated with that psychopath, you
dude,
know,
that's rough. That's rough.
just to say, oh my dad was,
So tell us about
done
your dad.
AD.
Oh,
Yeah, he
uh
used to dress up like a clown and sodomize people.
he performed for kids as a clown. Oh
Yeah.
yeah? And how did that go? Um,
And what I love about Gacy, he got into politics and the sneaky bastard got a picture with Jimmy Carter's wife.
Dude, it's nuts.
It's
It just
insane.
shows you monsters that hide in our midst.
He hid in plain sight. The cops would follow him. He said, "Come in the house. I'll cook dinner for you."
Dude, and honestly, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I look at him. He looks like a sociopath. I'm not going to lie to you. Like if I saw
But he's a
him,
nice guy in the interviews. He's like a guy who would be a butcher at
oh,
the temple,
oh no, but I
or the
see
guy in
something. No,
bakery.
but I see something odd in him,
You know the
dude. And
guy in,
that's why I'm worried when people look like him at the temple or something. I'm like, man, I hope you're not a serial killer.
you
Like,
know,
no
if you,
offense, we know some nearby. I'm not gonna mention any names, but
I got to question some of the acts by certain people that you wonder if they really, if the rage was to come out,
dude, and not to make no, not
somebody
to make
would
a
die.
joke out of this, but
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but well, not to make a joke out of it.
No,
I'm
I
not,
know,
or maybe I
I know.
shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it, but
Do it.
dude, you can tell people are gonna shoot up a place, man. Like, dude,
Yeah.
uh,
This one priest, when you see him, the rage
yeah,
over something
dude,
so meaningless. You
yeah,
know,
man. No, and you wonder, give this dude an armed weapon. Is this dude?
so, and if that rage got out of control, he's a serial killer.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
the
yeah.
look over a meaningless thing that is nothing.
It's
That's
so
not
meaningless, dude.
that's out.
Clearly, this guy is not a dreamer, but a nightmare.
Exactly. He's Freddy Krueger. And it only has to do with
Well,
this
actually, no,
planet.
actually, that's a great point. Notice how Krueger preys on the young through dreams. He literally murders dreamers in their
Ex-
dreams. Like,
Exactly.
and he's a psycho. He's a sick, twisted
Yeah,
psycho.
this guy is like that. And it's only in this realm that he controls Freddy Krueger and this person we're
Right.
talking
And
about.
he literally slices people, like, you know.
Yeah, and it's like this is a make-believe world, and you're getting that like,
Dude, that's how you know they're in some cult or matrix. Like when I see
yeah,
how lost they are, and I want to
over
tell them,
over
guys, there's more. I get it. We got to pay bills. You have families to raise. I mean, I
of
feel
course.
bad if you have your own, what do we call them? Like wives or controlling, like Middletown dreams.
My grandfather called them henpecked. Back, and that's an
Yeah,
old term.
these henpecks, and we'll call them henpecks. Where,
Like I laugh at these old timers that come in, and I
oh yeah,
always
no, quick, dude, the funniest one. I heard one recently. I'm like, sir, how can I help you? I'm looking for this blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, sure. Yep, the boss sent me into shop today. I'm like,
oh
oh
dude,
gosh,
let me just smack the shit out of you now. You
yo,
know what I mean?
dude,
Come on.
where's your masculine? You know, I'm not trying to get
And
canceled here.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been there, but at the same time, I look at these guys and I'm just like, you poor bastard, you
You
know?
poor sap.
I mean, dude, yeah, marriage is an equal thing, but there's no one that's the fucking boss. I'm sorry.
No, and
It
no
doesn't work
offense,
that way.
but yo, you have no idea how many times I've heard that, and I'm just like, oh
Yeah,
gosh.
I know. Yeah, can I help you? Gotta wait for the boss to
Well, the
come.
boss wants me home. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
I got.
gosh.
Let me text the boss. Yeah, just do buy what the fuck you want. That's what I want to say, and then say this is what
Dude,
you're gonna eat.
dude, I want to get them like get him a beer. Dude, get this effing beer. Buy
Exactly.
whatever the F you want.
I mean, we're just joking and stuff, but I mean, like, I've been there. I've been in that situation, and I would never,
And
ever,
it's like, oh, I
ever.
gotta text the boss. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I will
what?
never, for the rest of my life, I will never be in that situation.
Dude, as a side, I have made that. I know we talked about marriage and like,
Yeah,
we could have an episode on marriage for all our people out there, so they can find
yeah,
refuge in two sane dudes in this crazy
yeah.
world. And I have never been married, so yeah, you can argue I'm not one to talk, but I will say, just being in like relationships and stuff, dude. I'm gonna assert. I have to admit this. Neil Peart is right. Assert your free will. Assert your freedom because,
He's the
dude. And
epitome.
imagine if it crushes your dreams. That's why, if I can quote Pink Floyd, "Living in quiet desperation is the English way." Because,
Yeah.
dude, you're in this quiet desperation, and that explains, like midlife crises, and
Hmm.
because a lot of these fellas have bosses. And by the way, and Middletown Dreams has an awful boss, and then
Oh,
the priest,
God.
and then an awful priest
Oh,
that
imagine coming home to that.
oh
Like
gosh.
you got to
Honey,
deal
I
with.
need you to go out to shop and make sure you get it right. You are a
Yeah,
moron.
I know. You got
Have you
the
seen him shop? Have you seen Middletown Dreams
yeah,
shop too? Like,
yeah, yeah. Like you won't you got the Freddy Krueger on your ass all day, and then you go home
you go
to
home, you go home to a Myers. I'm like,
yeah, and it's like, oh God, no, 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 no. You
it's
need your freedom.
sad. Yeah, yeah.
Neil had it right. He never got married.
Wait, are you
He
sure he never got married? Are you
never
sure?
got married.
Okay, you're the expert. You know.
7 year common law.
Well, and I will say like that's why like oh, I'm not gonna mention his name.
Well, no, we got married a second time,
Right,
obviously, which
right,
was beautiful for him.
right.
And thank God he did, and he
And
had a
I'll be
kid.
honest with you, like and it's crazy. It sucks being into philosophy and stuff because it teaches you not to let anything sort of like put a cap on you. So that's why like
Yeah,
philosophers are not married, many of them, and and even Jesus too. I mean, I can see it because
yeah.
man, once you start coming home or going to a store and saying the boss wants this,
You start
man,
it.
you're what's going on?
The honeymoon ends very quickly.
Oh,
Believe me.
that's what I noticed too. Yeah,
Yeah,
the honeymoon phase. I would
it's
wonder if anyone could keep it, and it's funny because a lot of I watch, obviously being a student of psychology, which I love. There are relationship psychologists, marriage counselors that
yeah.
I've seen, and they even say once the spice and honeymoon is gone, that's when trouble begins.
Well, uh, for me, it was, I had a great, 22-year relationship. I really
Yeah,
did.
that's pretty good. That's long.
It's really long, so I'm proud of that. I mean, I wish it could have worked. But I just know now, I would not
Which,
be that.
but by the way, I say this jokingly, it was your fault.
So
I say it sarcastically.
it's always the guy's
It's
fault,
always the guy's fault.
no matter what.
Can we talk? That's something else I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, the guy is, yeah, sure, but what about
Yeah.
you?
And it's always the guy's fault nowadays, and where we live in now. I mean, and marriage. I think the divorce rates are going to go up. It's
Yeah.
not gonna,
Well, they're in the United States. I can only speak on the United States. They're high.
Yeah, I
The
think
divorce rates.
the
And how many times people get remarried too.
oh, please, that's another different joke.
Dude, the amount of
Fucking joke.
children, dude, the amount of children either like born out of wedlock, born pre-marriage, born of divorce, it is staggering.
And like I said, you only have one. You have one true love, like I did. Don't chase another one. Don't think, there's another one out there you're gonna find. No. Have many booty calls. That's a beautiful thing. But there's only one. There's only one. Don't fall for the trap of marriage a second time, a third time, a fourth time. Because you're a complete idiot if you do that. Because it didn't work twice. Why is it gonna work a third time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
There's
I
people in
mean
their 70s getting married. It's like, what the fuck, man? To me, I mean, and there's some.
you know what's crazy with what you're saying is in a way, yeah, and I see your point because the first marriage is that um like the expression of true love, right?
It
And
really is.
you
It is. It
wanted
is.
to get married. There had to be a reason why, right?
Of
The fates
course,
were calling.
it's always true love. And when and I was lucky and blessed to be in a 22-year marriage and have a beautiful kid. I never, I don't consider that I had a second marriage.
We're not gonna talk about that.
No, no. I would say I did 5 years in Attica.
Dude, you were in Dante's like seventh
Yeah,
layer of hell.
I was, and so after that, another field kind of relationship which about,
And actually, your true love is the bass. I feel like you're a musician, and a musician has to wrestle with that.
That's the toughest
It's
thing.
sad. And musician and artist. I mean, I that's why I feel for artists that struggle, even actors or musicians that
Well,
sometimes they can't.
here's the thing about music. Like when you fall in love with music,
Dude, and how is the muse is portrayed as a woman? The
right?
muse.
So the music, the bass is your life, and that's what you want to do. But without the inspiration of falling in love, you need that inspiration to put into your music.
It's the fuel.
It's a recipe. It's a fuel. You know, I skipped the whole girl trip in high school. I remember, I had girlfriends, and when we talked about it on the show with Joe, and then like I spent about maybe 3 years locked in my room, just playing the bass, and was like, I'm done. You had your victory parties where you'd hook up every now and then just to hook up. But I spent most of my time locked in my room practicing the bass. And if I did start to date a girl in the middle of practicing, oh, Cheech, the phone. God, I gotta stop and talk. You know what I mean? So, but that was in high school. But then, you move on. Everyone has a girlfriend. You get a girlfriend. I was lucky to find one and fall in love and marry her. So
But
I was blessed in my first one.
I will say for all the young people out there, honestly, yeah, find your true love, but be careful. Don't fall in the relationship trap. Follow your like if you have a passion to play music,
Yeah.
dude or girl, follow it. Like
Yeah. I mean, just follow,
or any
follow.
passion, honestly, because I feel like a lot of people get. It's funny, young people get trapped in that where they let's say a high schooler. You're right. I didn't fall in that relationship trap in high school, which I was kind of glad because it allowed me to explore my own identity, and then just now being in relationships, I realized. Man, they hinder you. Like, especially for free. I always consider myself as a bohemian free thinker. Like, if another world, I would have been like a rock singer or like a musician. If it,
You know what a man is a fool to get philosophical, where we get trapped? Lust.
you do, oh, don't get me started. You're opening a can of worms here, man, because
Lust is the reason why we fall.
dude, it traps men. And by the way, I mean, okay, women do not hate me. Women don't feel that lust that men do. And you're
No,
right.
you
It
have
is
no
a
idea.
trap because, dude, I, once you and it's kind of crazy because if you form your life around lust, dude,
You're a
it
dog. You're a dog in heat. When you're a dog in heat, that's not a good feeling. And that's
no,
why,
no.
so many guys have addictions, and I won't say what they're addicted to
Yeah,
now because it's on
yeah,
your phone. You're destroying your life. I mean, yeah, of course, everybody, it's a natural thing, but you know what? But when you're that sick, and that's what you're basing your life on, play the bass, go bowling. Don't like,
yeah.
you
Hey,
know.
you know what's underrated? Friendships. Guys need friendships. Like I feel like that's
Oh,
another underrated thing.
of course, you need your
And you
boys.
know this. Like I know you had the best you're good at this where you make friends and they fuel you
Oh
it's
yeah.
amazing like guys forget that.
I, I like to talk. I meet people, and if we have something in common, forget about. I just told you about a person I just met, and we hit it off, and like forget about it. We're good friends now. But you got something that if you're into heavy metal, and I'm gonna be with you for a while, like coworker, forget about it. We're gonna annoy every fucking body around us in the temple. Everyone's gonna guys talking about Iron Maiden and Rush and Sabbath, and it just this what you do. I like to talk, and I like to meet people. But don't let um don't let them get you with lust.
Yeah, I
Like
agree
the
with
knight
that.
a Knights Templar would never look in a woman's eye. They never
Well,
would.
it's crazy because little shout out to Russia's signals. That's what it's all about, those signals, right? Like that guy has to, and I'm talking about fellas here, yeah, because
Yeah.
females, dude, are all signals. I mean,
Yeah.
and think about how many women ruined bands, for example,
Yoko
or
Ono, for God's
famous.
sake.
She's famous, yes. And I know, dude, I don't know if you agree with this. There has been a interesting perspective where they say Yoko didn't break up the band But when I'm reading some of the stuff she did, I'm like, dude, get the hell out of there. Like, let the
The,
people.
and I made the mistake of this. The worst thing a man can ever do is bring a woman into your fucking band, unless she's Sharon Osbourne. You know what I mean? I'm
Well,
sorry.
and you know why? Because poor Ozzy gave in into his lusts and addictions, and
Yeah. Do not bring your woman, into your band. You've
yeah.
just destroyed every fucking thing you've worked hard for. No matter what they say, what they do, they destroyed
And
it.
no, no, and just to talk about John Lennon, he made some of the worst music with Yoko. Like,
Of
dude,
course, because he was in love. When
dude,
you're in lust and love, you're really fucked.
and it's crazy. I read a story where Yoko ate one of George Harrison's like favorite snacks, and George Harrison's like, "Yo, who ate my effing snack?" And
Yeah,
like was so mad at Yoko. I think kind of cursed her out
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
yeah. I know.
But it's like, yeah, it's. I agree with that. Gotta be careful, boys, and even girls
Yeah,
too. Girls, don't bring your boyfriends
if your
or.
if your girlfriend or your wife is like, "Oh, I'll help with the band," no, tell her to fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cheech, quote, F off, unquote.
Yeah. Because you just brought something in. You just brought like play. It's like playing with
It's
a Ouija.
kind of bringing the Ouija board.
It's like you just opened the gate that's gonna destroy your fucking
You know,
life. You know what
you
I
let
mean?
the gates of hell,
Yeah.
come in.
Music, and you could have a female manager. That's
Oh
great.
yeah, oh yeah. No,
But when the
but don't the muse actually come in
yeah,
and
if the girl is a female manager, fantastic. But if it's a girlfriend or wife who's like, "I'll help with the band," no, fuck
nah,
off,
dude.
go away.
And that's why work relationships do not
They
work. Like
don't. They don't.
if you work with your wife at same place, I mean, listen, maybe once in a blue moon and music it has not worked, but
No.
yeah, nah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Joe Silkman. Sorry for the rant.
Yeah, I hope Joe, I hope you watch this. Joe, I hope you made it to this part, and I'm kind of scared that certain wives will be watching too. I mean, we probably
You know what this
hey,
part of the show reminds me of? Remember when we'd have a CD and you think it's over, and then all of a sudden there's a secret track, and you're like,
dude,
"Oh
and
fuck,
you're like, yo,
there's a
what
song
is
on it."
this? And it's like the most weirdest thing.
Yeah, and it's like the best song on the track. They used to have secret tracks, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Actually, you know what's
The-
funny on the Beatles? Talk about the Beatles, Abbey Road, the end, the song. You
yeah,
wait, and then you hear,
number
and then you hear,
nine.
ding, Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but you did it. It's like, what the
Yeah,
heck is this?
yeah.
This is our
This is a secret track, and
this is
this is
our
a great
secret
episode.
track.
And it's good to rant and rave sometime,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and just let it out, man. Because like want to teach people. I'm not saying I'm not being hating, but
Oh no.
just just be careful with your choices. Listen to Neil, the professor, the one, the only. The one, the only. I'll say,
Yeah, no,
and
and we had this conversation at the temple about Ayn Rand's objectivism and me kind of having some reservations, but at the same time, I see it. Like
oh yeah, yeah.
I can see what
I'm all for it. I'm all
and
for it.
what Neil says too, because in the way, especially musician, they have to be selfish sometimes, and they have to make sure that they assert their free will and let nothing, let nothing put a barrier on it, because
Yeah.
then in a way, you know what's worse too, when guys lose themselves, lose their identity in the
Um,
relationship, or make their identity and personality the relationship, dude, big mistake.
Oh, and don't let them change like the way you look or what you wear or no, no, just do your thing, be your own individual person, you know.
Honestly,
But
yeah, be your own person. Yeah. And this is, I guess we'll end it here.
yeah, we had a
That's been
nice rant.
epic.
This was amazing. This is a great episode, man. And I just do a quick shout out again. Check out cousin Jim's Visions band Facebook that we're relaunching my old band Visions.
Send me the link one more time and I can post it in the
Yeah,
description.
and I believe Huddersfield, Come and check us out on November 12th at Prohibition in Long Island.
Cool.
Want to plug that again? Anything? Well, before we end, I almost don't want to stop talking. I'm having so much fun, and it's getting late, and I got to wake up and go to hell in a couple hours.
This is like those like late night radio shows, so like at like midnight
Coast
or something.
to Coast Live.
Yeah, this is Coast to Coast. This is Coast to Coast Live, and we are Cheech and Manny.
We're gonna be talking about Bigfoot in your backyard.
It's like, Cheech, have you seen Bigfoot around? Oh yeah, I've seen Bigfoot.
I married Bigfoot. She won't let me out of the fucking house.
I knew somebody that married Bigfoot. Now we got Bigfoot on the air. Bigfoot, go ahead.
And now they're doing that with AI. They're doing all these crazy shit,
It's great, man. It's great, dude. I love it. This has been The River, part 1. We're only on side 1.
We're only on side 1.
We're going to continue side 2. This is going to be a great epic project.
3 more sides. We're going to keep it going to promote the movie. Then we have, I was talking to Mr. Silkman. We got to do our top 10 concerts.
We have to do it because the Silky Joe episodes are so much fun.
That would be our trilogy with the rock concerts.
Yes.
We'll do that soon and stuff,
So yeah.
All right.
And if you made it to this point in our video, the secret song, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Please give this video a like. I will say, give this video a like if you're awesome. If you love our content, leave a comment. Yes, you can disagree with us. We would love to hear, or agreement. We love more agreements than disagreements. And share us your opinions on anything, and especially anything the river related. And finally, subscribe. Please subscribe, because we're trying to build this channel and community. And we love our fans out there. Cheech loves his fans.
Thank you.
Shout out to Pottersfield BX, keeping rock and roll alive.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And this is Manny. Cheech.
All right. Nanu,
pleasure, brother.
Well, and hopefully I'll see you at the temple.
Yes, sir.
Each other. Awesome.
We're gonna be planning another episode by that sink corner.
There's that metal table, full metal table.
I want to take a picture of it. Like, I'm not gonna do it because obviously Pazuzu will be after us. But,
oh God, yeah,
but
that's the magic. We wrote an episode about you threw an idea about old school rap and how important we need to bring.
I think we need to do that episode. I'll be honest, I have a lot to say about old school hip hop, and
oh God, yeah.
In a way, we need a revival, I think.
Oh yeah.
If in the hip hop genre, but yes, that's coming.
Certain people would disagree with us, but
we both need to do a great conversation old school hip hop, and then let them watch it. And if they want, they can come on the channel. So
and they could debate us, because I'm not feeling new school hip hop, And there's one last thing, not to piss people off, but I'm sorry. It's the year, it's the time, it's gonna happen.
Funny how we ended this video with like pissing so many people off.
Tomorrow night is gonna be a big night. Toronto Blue Jays on Halloween will win the World Series. And it's Rush's year.
Well, you know why it's happening.
It's happening because Neil's making this happen.
It's Rush. Neil. Neil from heaven.
No matter what you say, Rush, Toronto will win the World Series. I've been saying this when they beat Seattle. They just went 18 innings 2 nights ago against the great.
And it's crazy, and you're not a baseball fan yourself. So.
You know how I'm becoming a better baseball fan? Hanging out and arguing with Leslie, our good friend, in fun, and then watching Geddy Lee. Geddy Lee does interviews now on baseball. Geddy's all over talking about Toronto.
He's a huge baseball person, yeah.
So I'm learning from Geddy, not only base, no pun intended, but about baseball. And like LA is probably the greatest team. I don't know the guy's name. I should be shot, but they have a guy on there who's the greatest baseball player in the freaking world. He's like the new Babe Ruth. This Asian fella. I wish I knew his name. Forgive me. I'm not a baseball fan.
I will say I'm going to piss off more people out there. I always consider myself, you know what? Let me just join in the club. First of all, I want the Blue Jays to win because of Rush. Okay, yes.
Yes, bottom line.
I'm sorry. I love Geddy. I want this to be his year. Yes, it's happening because of them. It's happening because of Rush. So Blue Jays, thank Rush. Yeah. You got to thank them because if they are. Dude, Toronto, like, come on. And then the other thing too, it's I always consider myself like a Mets fan, low key, because
Me too. I'm a Mets fan. I'm old school
and it's
Mets fan.
crazy. They're the underdogs, and the Strokes have a great song, "An Ode to the Mets." Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
great. So yeah, we just pissed off a lot of fans out there. So
So yeah, go Toronto. It's their year. I mean, I'm an old school Yankee fan, but somebody in my past really turned me off about on the Yankees. I have no love for the Yankees. Leslie, don't hate me.
yeah,
I
it's all
love
good
Leslie.
fun. It's
I
all good
love Leslie.
fun.
But Leslie said he's probably not going to talk to me for about a month if Blue Jays win.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
I'll see him tomorrow and I'll bust his chops. But they might, maybe if LA wins, that'll be a real clinch. And then they got one game.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
and then hopefully Getty will sing "Oh Canada."
Oh,
Joe and I were watching I was watching the game, and Joe and I were texting, and he's like, "Who's this girl singing "Oh Canada"? Getty should be doing it." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But I think they're saving Getty for the there goes sciatica, for the final game. Or maybe Getty's not going to do it. But anyway, it's Rush's year, and Toronto's going to win.
I'm definitely gonna buy a ticket to see Rush. I might put down the $300. I might see them at Mohegan Sun. So I'm waiting for them to
Awesome.
be on sale.
But here's the thing: Maiden tickets. Jose
Dude,
they bought
I
Maiden
might buy
tickets
a Maiden ticket because I've
for
never seen Maiden live.
$250.
That's a
You
great
got
price.
2 tickets.
But remember, they're touring with other bands. So I
Yeah.
feel like if it was Maiden alone, it would have been cheaper. But
Yeah.
I will say, Rush and their power, just them, and even with a new drummer, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Rush is, it's their year. Anika Niles is the luckiest person in the world right now.
And we need to finish our Rush discography episodes too. We're not done.
No, we got to do Vapor Trails. We got to do Snakes and Arrows, which I wanted to bring my brother-in-law on for that because that's his
That's coming.
expertise.
I'm telling you so much content. So that's why I
Yeah.
subscribe.
And I really enjoyed the last Rush episode on the ticket pricing because
Oh, dude,
it's not Rush.
I thought it was
That might be
great
one of our
fun.
best episodes, I
No,
mean,
and it's funny, shout out to Silky Joe. Like he learned too. He made a little joke. Like now I know I'll avoid the queue and
yeah.
really great. But yeah, no, we
Well,
broke it down.
Silky Joe he was telling me Bonham tickets for like 125, something really
That's
cheap.
great. That's a great
Yeah.
price.
So
And I think he made a joke like his wife is like, "You're gonna see them a third time?" Like,
yeah, it's an
and I'm
addiction,
like, and I'm like, yes, like that's the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So anyway, I will see you this weekend and subscribe, check out everything I told you, the New Visions page, check out Pottersfield. We have a bunch of new videos up from we played a great show on Sunday at Freebirds. So check out our material from that.
I'll that's the YouTube channel. I'll post links
Yeah,
in the description, so you can check
definitely.
it out.
Cool.
All right.
All right, Manny. I think we're done. Anything else before?
No, because otherwise this will be another 3-hour episode.
We should be like Mr. Beast and go 24 hours.
You know what? We made the first podcast to do that.
I know. What is this? This got to be. We're at over 2 hours now, easily.
Oh, I'm afraid we're at probably 3. I definitely have to put chapters so our fans can watch the Springsteen part, and if they want, they can watch. And we know the true fans are gonna watch the secret hidden tracks.
Oh yeah. Maybe break this up into 2. Who knows?
Dude. But Cheech,
anyway,
man, long live rock and roll, brother. This has been amazing, and
Yep.
I'll see you at the temple. And then
Uh,
on the next Cheech and Manny, the People's Podcast, we are the
Awesome.
greatest podcast in the galaxy.
We are definitely. Peace out, everybody. Happy Halloween.
That's right, Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween. And we will make sure that Freddy Krueger does not kill you in your dreams.
And stay away from those succubuses that will be all out.
That was the code name for those women, succubuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So watch out for the succubuses, man.
All right. Don't let them get you. All right.
On that note,
Peace out. Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye. 2, 3, 4.
Cheech and Manny Show.